everybody. I'm Spaz, and I'll be the DM tonight. And with me are all my lovely players. And just to get into this real nice and fast, let's start off with Rezo.
Sorry about that, I was muted. I am Shadow, and I play Rezo Rendal, the Rougarou Thief Wizard. And I got my hair back slightly.
Slightly? I thought it was fully.
Was it fully? Oh, yeah, it was fully. Yes, I have my hair back for now.
Okay, then. Very, very nice. You got your hair back. And next up, let's go with the other one that's perfectly at home inside the Titan Wilderness, Vin.
That's me. My name's Brian, and I am playing Vinderbrand Vattenstein, the Giantkin Druid, and I am the current reigning drinking champion. Proud to say. I don't know if that's really an accomplishment, but...
And you have the proof to show it, that lovely bag of holding yours.
Right.
Very nice.
Anything's an accomplishment if you're proud enough.
I am proud.
That is a good point. And next up is the individual that's probably the most out of his environment, Indrid.
Is he? Oh.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty bougie, honestly.
Man.
Yeah, I'm bougie as shit, dude. My shirts are made of silk. Hey, everyone. I'm the Commissar, and I play Indrid Cold, the half-breed swashbuckling rogue. Yeah, no, I'm ready to get out of this fucking forest and back to civilization.
Well, then that's going to take a while.
We just got here.
Wow, it's been a week and a bit. 2 weeks? Has it been 2 weeks?
It's been 2 weeks in game. Actually, 2.5 where we're 2.5 where we're picking back up.
Oh my god!
I'm just using Druidcraft to create a carpet of moths so I don't get my shoes dirty.
That's pretty good idea. And next up is the other one that's probably, I would say it's fair to say you're the most fanciest considering all the shit you buy. Rave.
Yes, hi, my name's AJ, and I play Rave, and he is the Valor Bard, Tabaxi, or Shroud in this campaign. Yeah, he definitely is making sure to bring the finer things, because no way am I going into the wilderness without my tent, my plate of deliciousness, my warming, and my brewing, and I mean, come on. If you're gonna camp, you camp with style.
All you're missing is a motorhome.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if I could get like a freaking RV going on, yeah, I'd do it.
Okay then, and last but certainly not least, the small guy in the back, Arlo.
Hey everyone, my name's Connor. I am playing Arlo Thistlebrush, the Shadow Sorcerer, Lightfoot Halfling.
And with all the players introduced, let's get a recap where we jump into the session.
Very good. So, episode 12 began with Uther meeting up with the party to let them know that he had to return to his homeland, something to do with the knights that he was a part of. Then the next several hours were spent shopping. So we went out, we got some armor, we got some arrowheads that we learned were sold from that hairless bitch, Fancy. We then headed out to Melcorks to have the drinking contest between him and Vin. Vin won, but barely, passing out on top of his fellow Giantkin. He also let Rezo use his Ring of Regeneration to grow back his hair, which turned out to be very nice. Now, with the bag of holding in hand, they went out to meet the druids to find their new quest that they had planned on, learning quickly that the Rougarou named Boris had already headed out with this quest. He also left a letter containing Rezo's finger and a note saying that they were headed up to the Mythclaw to stir up some shit. So the party, we headed out quickly in order to search for these motherfuckers. As soon as we got to the tree line, we found that the caravan that they were in split up into 3. So we decided to take the most direct route to the Mythclaw to get there as soon as possible. On the way, shortly after, they ran into a corpse with some pollen-looking dust on it. Only Indrid approached, poked it with his rapier a little bit, and looted him. We headed off, and lastly, we learned that it would probably take about 3 months to get there to the Mythclaw. So that, that 2 weeks that we've been here, Indrid, is just the beginning.
I'm not about this. I'm a prince, goddammit.
I'm a prince. I deserve better than be stuck out in the woods. But with that, let's pick up right where we left off. So, when we last left off, you guys were exiting the tree line at this point as you were actually approaching the somewhat lazy river that's in front of you. But as you're looking around to find a way to cross it, since, you know, it's freezing at the moment, since there's snow everywhere and it's winter, or near winter, you guys actually see in the distance a little bit further down, a little bit further north of you, what looks to be some sort of stone structure. Not very big, but definitely notable.
Like pyramidish kind of thing, or just like a obelisk or something different?
Kind of looks like just a cabin or some sort of cottage.
Made of
A
stone?
building of sorts. Made of stone.
Ooh, maybe we can camp there.
How big is it?
From how far away you are at the moment, it's hard to tell, but you would at least assume that, like, it's about a little bit bigger than. Actually, let's just say 2 of the rooms that you guys stayed in inside that very fancy inn. Oh, the size of 2 of those rooms probably put together as a building.
Okay, but more or less, one could believe it to be a humanoid-sized dwelling, not like a giant dwelling.
It doesn't look like, you know, it's a dwelling of, like, any of the large races. No.
Vin, what lives out here, down there? Have you seen that?
I've not been to this specific spot in the very large Titan wilderness, so I don't know who lives there. As for what lives there, I don't know, but figure we'd go check it out. Maybe they'd be willing to let us stay the night. We wouldn't have to sleep outside.
Sure, maybe they have something nice to eat. I've been sleeping comfy. I know, Vin, you're not happy.
What do you mean something nice to eat? I've been gathering up all kinds of nice stuff for you.
Well, I've been using the plate mostly to eat better, but...
Yeah, no consistency in that stuff, is there? Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
I've been sleeping fine. I've been under a dome, in a tent...
Oh yeah, I'm the
with
only one sleeping outside.
Feather pillows. I mean, I'm
I
fine.
have a tent as well, yeah.
And it's warm in there. It's always dry and warm.
I don't mind. I mean, that's kind of how I grew up. Any ideas, Arlo? What were you saying?
Oh, is there anything we could possibly prepare for, you know, sort of a gift for our possible host? You know, as a show of good gesture and manners.
You could do that flower thing you do, Indra.
Right. Who are we meeting?
No clue.
Hopefully somebody really nice.
Right. Why don't we investigate first before I go and waltz out with me horns and my tail and
The flowers. Yeah.
Well,
That's probably a good idea.
Can you send Wobbles down to scout it?
Now, fuck the raccoon. I'll go.
Raccoon?
He's an
Whatever.
eagle, you know.
Eagle, raccoon, hamster. He could be whatever.
Same thing.
We need to talk
Menace.
about your
One
animals.
is totally not prey for the other.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll trust you next time when you see something.
Expert on ghosts, not animals.
It's
It
like, I
was
saw a
this
bear, and it's like a little
It was this weird
shrew.
hamster-looking thing, like, you know, it had, like, you know, it just looked like it was just rubbing on some, like, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna stalk up sneakily, like, once I excavate my dice tray.
Okay, then.
Is there a river we have to cross, or was that just something we're kind of following?
So, to continue to the Mythclaw, there's this large river that pretty much divides the Titan wilderness for the most part. Usually, it takes you guys a little bit of time to cross it, and usually you swim it, since this is one of the more calmer rivers throughout the entire Titan wilderness. But at the moment, you're just kind of looking around, especially since there's snow everywhere, so it's going to make it a lot harder.
Maybe they know a ferry.
How wide are we talking here?
To be exact, hold on. So the river that you're currently at is going to be about 100 feet wide.
Oh.
Pretty sizable one.
Wide. She thick, though.
You do know, though, that this is for the most part, calm. It's also not very deep in comparison to a couple of the other rivers that you know, like the one that's mainly connected to the Nithclaw itself that travels all the way from the mountains. That one's a lot more harsher, as it's known for its rapids and everything.
Easy
So yeah,
enough.
Indrid, roll me your stealth check.
Guidance.
That is a 12.
Oh shit!
You have
With
a
a
D4.
D4.
Did you be a D4 on that?
Oh, I'll throw a D4 on that.
Can't argue against that free D4.
Vinny.
15.
Okay then. So you begin approaching the cottage. It's a little bit more closer to the tree line at this point, but as you're getting a bit closer, you're noticing the detail of it, and it's actually a very well kept cabin, what you can tell. Cabin cottage, what the heck am I calling it? And one of the notable things that you actually can see at the moment is where there's a large stone fence that's pretty much surrounding an or wall fence, surrounding the entire cabin. And one of the things that you'll notice on the inside is how there's snow all around the outside of the wall, but on the inside, from what you can see, since it's a pretty sizable, area that it's walled off, you can see what looks to be a mixture of wild plants growing there, like a crop. And you'll also notice no snow touching that area.
Can I reach my hand through any gaps in the wall or anything like that?
The wall itself, there's no real gaps in the wall. It's pretty much there's a single walkway to enter, from what you can tell, on the side. But give me a perception check while you're stalking around.
I don't do those. 5.
5. Okay then, so you don't notice it. So yeah, for the most part, you're just walking around at this point. Looks like a pretty neat cabin. You don't really see anybody though.
Oi! Free cabin, mates!
Sweet. I'll just start walking up.
Okay, we weren't that far away.
Yep.
I
For the
want to
rest,
see if the door is big enough to get in.
yeah, for the rest of you that are starting to walk up at this point, roll me a perception check.
Vinny, can you see over the wall?
Can I? Ooh, that's a good roll.
It's not that high. It's about waist height for Indrid.
Oh, good lord! Indra could just reach over it.
Yeah, Indrid can reach over it. It's just
23 for perception.
30-20 for me.
I was trying to discern whether or not there was a temperature difference over the wall.
Given the no snow thing.
no notable temperature difference from what you can tell.
That's not good.
Yeah, as the rest of you begin walking up at this point, it was a little bit difficult to tell at first, but as you're looking around and you're starting to continue walking, you notice there's somebody actually standing on the outside of the wall. You didn't notice it at first, as from what it looks like, and it seems like everybody but Rave and Indrid saw it. It kind of looks like a completely white Rougarou.
Oh, this isn't a free cabin. Looks like the guy that runs the place is right over there.
Oh, Jesus!
What? Whoa! How did I miss that?
How do you do?
Came out of nowhere, mate.
Stark white. I mean, he camouflaged with the snow. I get it. Yeah.
At this point, they're actually just standing there. You just rolled that low. Just missed them.
I see with movement, not with T-Rex vision.
That's good to know, Rave. I'll keep that in mind next time. I send an assassin at you. They'll just stand really still when you're awake.
Oh, I rolled like shit. I'm always gonna miss it.
But yeah, as you all look over this individual, you can see what looks to be a pretty much stark white Rougarou with what seems to be both a opalescent-like eye and then a golden eye. Just kind of just standing there and looking at all of you at this point.
And is he dressed?
this for when it comes to Rougarou, they don't actually really wear clothes for the most part. Rave barely wears clothes. I think it's only your leather jacket that counts as your armor, right?
Well, I wear a half plate and a thingy.
Yeah, but when it comes
But
to
I'm not a
Rougarou,
Rougarou either.
yeah, Rougarou have very thick pelts, so for the most part, they don't actually have the need for clothes.
Did everyone miss
Anything
that?
like that.
He called Rave Rougarou.
He did it right off the
He
bat
did.
again.
He did.
Did I do it?
Yes, that's why I was joking with you. 15 minutes this time in before we have to play.
That's a new record, I think.
You know, one of these
Yay.
days I'm gonna. Hey, at least it's not my own character that I get wrong.
No, that'd be a problem.
I did that, yeah. That was
Yeah.
okay.
So then, yeah, but you can see this individual. But for the most part, Rougarous don't really wear any notable clothes. Usually, it's a few charms and things like that, ratings, pieces of armor, things like that, but nothing notable. But as this individual looks you all over, it kind of they have a very icy expression just going over each and one of you. And Indrid,
Do the flower thing.
Indrid, as they look at you, roll me a wisdom save.
Oh no.
Shit. Even do I have advantage because of the flower?
No.
The flower power? No? Oh.
Had to try. If I was a glamour bard, that would have worked. You said charisma save, right?
I said wisdom.
No, charisma. Yeah. No, it's a 8.
No
Ooh.
shit.
Okay, then. So as this individual brings their gaze upon you, you get this very unnerving feeling, and also this slight piercing pain in your chest. And after a few seconds of them kind of just staring at you, they turn their attention towards Rezo,
You okay, Indrid?
as they kind of give you a very disapproving look on their face. And something that you would notice, Rave, is this individual looks to be around similar age to you at this point, but
Did it again, didn't you?
did I do it again?
You call Rave. I mean, do you mean
Yeah.
me? Do you mean me?
Fuck!
Okay, no, alright, never mind. Not my age. No, never mind.
It's even on the Zoom call.
It
I have
is
it
on the
as
Zoom
not
call.
Rave now.
I know it's. The thing is,
Y'all motherfuckers need new names.
So he's only like about.
I shall be reborn.
So, Rezo, as this individual looks at you, you'll notice that they seem about around the same age as you are, from what you can tell. But one of the things that does catch you a little bit off guard is, unlike a lot of the other Rougarou your age, as this individual looks at you and you notice their eyes, they seem to have the look of an elder to them. A very different type of expression overall. And as they look at you, as they begin speaking in Sylvan, so why do you bring that thing into our homeland? You displease
speak
our
Sylvan?
ancestors. You speak Sylvan?
Yeah, and I would like to say, excuse me. Standing right here, lady.
I don't think I asked for you to speak, fiend.
Right.
You displeased our ancestors by stepping into these woods.
I'll druid craft a little flower.
That's a pretty good show.
Is he flirting with the white one?
I don't. If he is, I don't think it's being well received.
Not the type.
Indrid, roll me a perception check with advantage at this point, since you failed your wisdom save.
It's the same stats, Baz.
I know.
11.
Oh my
11. That's
God.
actually good enough. So as you're beginning to look around at this point, as this individual is speaking, something will actually also catch you off guard as you begin looking around the cabin itself, and you'll actually notice markings and runes on it that, as you begin to look at them, they also have the same piercing sensation in your chest.
Mates, I suggest we move on from this place. This lady is quite rude, and I think she means us harm.
Hey, wait, are you sure it's a lady?
Can I tell if it's a lady? Or Rezo?
Rosa would be able to tell. Yeah, it's a female. It's a lady.
I'll say to the other Rougarou, pardon the intrusion on your territory, but we're heading up to the Mythclaw. There's trouble brewing. These are my compatriots.
Still in Sylvan.
Hello.
Still in Sylvan, yeah.
Is it still in Sylvan?
Then-
Oh, we have no idea what he's.
I can speak it too. Yeah.
I'll translate.
Oh, jeez. It's just me and
So
Arlo.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll translate to Rave.
Then
I'll
I
say-
wish you luck
Oh.
with your travels, though I suggest you be careful with that one.
Which one? What?
Oh, he's proven himself to be quite useful. On the up and up, I would say.
They tend to do that.
That said, before we leave, pardon again the intrusion. Any chance that you saw another pack of smaller folk, your size or so, make their way up and around here, heading north?
No. There's been no other travelers lately.
What?
That's good. We split off from them. We're not still trailing them, right? We're heading straight to the Mythclaw.
Yeah.
You're heading straight to the Mythclaw at this point.
Okay,
You
okay.
stopped tracking completely and just decided to just.
Sure.
Did we get a name?
Nope.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you. Nice plants you got there over the fence too.
Hmm.
Seems like you take good care.
Wait, are we?
Roll me a perception check, Vin, as you're actually looking out over the plants.
Shh. 6.
Oh man.
They're plants.
Well, I'll definitely say you do see one that catches your eye overall, as it's just a very fascinating plant. As you can see what looks to be this very nice mushroom that's growing out of the ground. That's about a foot tall. And
a big
the
one.
thing that catches your eye about it is that it has the same type of visual sheen of gold to it, as it also seems to just slowly drape down like a large hood to the ground. It catches your eye. It's something that you've never
Interesting.
seen before, but it's a very fascinating mushroom.
Using my Eldritch Sight, do I see anything exuding any magical aura around us?
The Rougarou, you'll see a number of what seems to be runes that also give off magical presence.
What's
few of the-
magic?
The runes are abjuration. The Rougarou is necromancy.
Back away slowly, gents.
What? Why? What happened?
And you'll also notice a few plants that give off a very dull sheen. Nothing that's like notable, but it has a very small magical trait to it.
She's a necromancer, mate. I see it with my eyes.
Yeah.
She didn't
Well,
look
we
like
met
a
one of
necromancer.
those at the cut. We met several of those at that point. One of them wasn't very well. Actually, no. One of them became our patron. The other one didn't do us any harm.
Right,
Terms.
but we almost died getting to them.
That's true.
Therefore, theory states that since it was easy getting here, now we're going to die.
Awfully on edge. It's just the woods, Indrid.
Do
I
you
know
speak common? I only really know that.
She'll
Yes.
look over to you, Rave, and her eyes will narrow. Yes,
Oh, good.
very limitedly.
Rave, Arlo, Rosso, Indrid,
Name's Vin.
Vinny.
I will note that Arlo is wearing his like wolf get up, and so you basically just see the little slits of his eyes with his glasses on top that are just sticking out over furs, and nothing else is visible.
Mhm.
He's a
It is
Powerpuff.
a pleasure meeting most of you.
Why are you such a bitch?
Now, Indrid.
We've encroached on her property.
How has she been mean?
Well, she's been obviously quite.
Would
mean.
you like to explain, Razzo, or should I? Being as I see our lady here didn't expect me to speak your twisty tree tongue.
Of those of uncommon fiendish nature.
Indrid's a fiend? Okay, I can believe it.
He displeases the spirits.
What did you do? Did you pee on a tree?
Hey, I did nothing.
Did you step on something?
No!
Did he step on something?
See, mate, I've been making a carpet out of moss.
Was that offensive?
Well, the moss wasn't there before, so technically I helped it, right?
Uh,
I don't know, mate.
Indrid, I'll be honest. I've been quite surprised as to how good you've been in these woods. Except for being a little bit on edge, but that's neither here nor there.
have you just been having problems with fiends recently that you just tied it into him?
No, I did not. I know what I see.
Okay, well, I mean, if you don't like him, that's okay. Maybe you could just help us out. We are heading towards the Mythclaw. Are we heading the right way? We're going this general... I point that way. Is that right?
She looks off in that direction. Obviously, it won't be a straight path, but that's a good idea of where you're supposed to be going. Yes.
Oh, what's the straight path? We kind of need to get there fast.
There are no straight paths in the Ironwood. Or
What is the straightest path? Okay, fastest. What's the fastest route there?
She kind of
Probably
just
flying.
she kind of just gives you a raised eyebrow, Rezo, at this point.
I shrug.
The Titan Wilderness is not something to be simply traveled through fast.
Do you have a
No.
way across the river, though?
Possibly.
Would you mind enlightening me?
Right, but not for me.
Well, I thought Vinny said that he was going to help us get across the river.
I said no such thing.
But you said that you could walk on water before.
I can. I can't carry anyone else though when I do so.
Can't we all walk with you on the water?
I can walk on water.
What if you just, like, dragged me behind you on a rope?
I thought you talked about how you were amazing enough at making people walk on water.
I don't think that was me. Can I?
Hmm.
I can't do
Maybe
that. I mean, I
yourself.
don't know. I can. It would take another day or two to, say the right prayers, make it all work, and all that.
Does anyone have shape water?
Shape water.
No.
You know, I almost took it.
Nobody has that one amazing spell.
I don't
I
even
do
But,
have Spook.
Spook.
I mean, if we just roll that enough times, maybe
How
something will happen to
that
get us
could-
across.
Yeah, I don't see how that could hurt the situation.
Yeah, no, I don't get any shit.
Well,
as
Rave,
bard.
you got that sphere thing, right?
Mhm.
The sphere thing?
The floating disc thing that we did last time we had to cross.
Oh, well, that's not a sphere.
I misspoke. Yeah.
Slice of a sphere.
Yeah, I have a disc. I mean, it worked last time, but I'd have to be on your shoulders for that to work.
Well, we could give it another day and make it work. Just
Yeah,
the
we
same.
could always follow
No.
the river up north and then cross it the next day.
How like swift is this river? Does it look like it would be dangerous to cross, or just an
Just
annoyance?
really cold.
Along with it being cold, it will carry you if you try to swim across it. It's not extremely fast, but it is still going at a decent speed. But while you're all looking over at the river, the
They have
river will pick up.
horses and shit too.
Mhm.
Which way is this river flowing? North or
The
south?
river
Probably north,
would be north.
Yeah.
towards the sea.
Because I know some of these rivers flow south.
Let's
Away
just
from the
build a
sea.
fucking boat.
That's only that one river.
Okay, only that one
Um,
river.
It's only that one river that does that. But pretty much the Ruku will speak up. I'll be willing to help you all get across this river with no problem. But I rather not speak around that one.
Do you want us to shove wax in his ears or something?
Whether you wish to join me back in my cabin to speak to, I'd be willing to do that.
Oh, Andrew, you all right staying out here for a small bit? Maybe we could find a good way across the river.
I'll
I
be
don't
digging through the saddlebags for one of our bottles of wine that we have left. Yep, right, mate.
Okay.
Oh, here, it's in it. I'll reach in the bag of holding and toss you one. Didn't you toss them all in here, didn't you? You kept the good ones to yourself, didn't you?
I've got one special.
So, all right, Rezo, why don't you leave Wobbles with him? So if we can need to,
Oh, mate, I'm good.
I'll leave Wobbles on the horse and just,
Don't worry, he has feet.
yeah.
Oh, that's right, we have a feek.
And I don't think Vin can go inside either.
No, Vin can't fit in this place. It's way too small. And plus, honestly, you could probably knock down one of the walls trying to crawl in
Yeah.
for this thing.
Is there a window for him to be like insert his
Lay
head?
outside of
Look at
it,
Lou.
crush the rose
Yeah.
bed.
There would be like 3 windows.
He can put his head through the entryway if nothing else.
Mhm.
We really need
If
to
it's
find
all right.
a large reduce spell for you.
Yeah, with you. I actually have that spell now.
I mean, like a magic item that you
Takes
just
some
slap
caution.
on your wrist.
Yeah, I know. I really could use that.
Yeah. So who's going to follow the Rougarou back into the cabin at this point?
I'll go in.
Ravo.
Rave,
Arlo.
Arlo, and Vin will be waiting outside pretty much. So all of you pretty much follow her back to the cabin at this point. And as she opens up the door, actually
Is it bigger on the inside?
it's not bigger on the inside, but you actually do get hit by a pleasant smell of cinnamon,
Ooh, I've missed this smell.
as well as a surprisingly large amount of heat coming out. More than what you would assume a fire could produce.
You have a really cozy home.
Thank you. It took a lot of work to get it like this.
By the way, how did you do that with your eyes? Why are they like that?
That's kind of rude, isn't it?
Well, I'm just curious. They're really fascinating.
She just looks at you for a second and is like, I was born like this, and that's how it happened.
Oh,
I
wow.
can't really explain to you any other way.
Well, that must mean you must be blessed or something.
You could say something like that.
Yeah, there you go. So, how do we cross the river?
I can simply stop the river and part it for you if that's what you really want.
Vinny, why can't you do that?
I don't know yet. I'll have to learn that one.
That's really impressive. 100 feet of parting waters. That's just. It's...
I think that's
Well,
another level or two.
I'm not the one doing it.
Who does it?
The spirits.
Okay. Well, I mean, either way, I assume you are the one that organizes it.
Of course, but it's a bit different.
Righty then. So not a problem then. Maybe to part the rivers and we can cross. That gets the devil dude away from you.
Could be possible, though I will need you all to do something of sorts.
Uh-huh.
And what might you be requiring of us?
To be able to do a task like that, I need the bones of a powerful beast.
Okay.
Do you have a particular one in mind?
What do we
Nothing in particular. A bear would possibly do. Think around that size, honestly.
Do the bones have to be outside the bear?
Yes, I need the bones.
What? Well, I don't know. I don't know what this. How do you do your spell? Holy Jubilee.
Yes.
We're going to debone a bear.
I just need a bone.
Oh, a bone. Wait, just a bone? Like would a finger bone do?
Oh, a finger bone, dude. Hey, Vinny.
Hold up my finger.
Rez, you have it on you still?
I
Who's
do.
taking one for the team?
He is a powerful
Yeah, I was
beast.
gonna say.
I will hand her my
sadly,
finger.
sadly, that will not work because
Damn.
you are not dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's the key, eh?
Yeah.
Yet. Slits his throat. There you go.
And it has to be a bone, right?
Yes, I need a bone to be able to inscribe it.
Is there many creatures that fit the description, you know, the general area around your house?
Titan Wilderness is filled with many beasts. You wouldn't probably have to travel far to find what you need.
The reason why I ask these things is because, Vinny, have you been killing creatures on our journey up here in order to eat?
Yeah.
Have we
Oh,
had
yeah.
any bones from the said creatures?
It specifies small game.
It can't be small game? Okay.
That's it. Just before you get too far into it, honestly, if you don't mind, maybe we could forgo killing animals just to get to their bones, and wait a day, and then I could probably prepare something that'll let us just walk across.
If that's what you wish to do, then I have no problem with it.
Okay, well, fine. Either way, then we're gonna. Okay. We'll just go up the river a bit, head to the north, and then cross it later.
Apologies for wasting so much of your time, but it seemed like it might be a nice quick route.
Well, speaking of your casting, can you maybe perhaps tell us more information about an individual that we were tracking recently? The one we mentioned, if they passed by. I'm kind of curious where they went. Do you have that kind of capability? Can you do that?
I would only be able to do something like that if you would have a belonging of the individual or a piece of the individual.
Oh,
Would a letter work?
we have a letter they wrote, or we also have a belonging that used to be theirs, but they technically sold. So I don't know how
The
that
arrowheads?
works.
To be exact, it has to be a personal item, something that holds value to that individual. For example, I would assume your finger would also work if I would say do something like that.
Okay, can always try it with the finger.
No.
No, the finger would work for Rezo.
Yes,
Oh,
the
oh,
example
oh.
that she was using.
Is what,
Yeah,
what you meant.
that's the example she was using.
Uh-huh.
Something personal.
Well, now, we do technically have something slightly personal. The letter, I believe, is scented with a perfume, a special one that only they wear. Nope, okay, fine.
Worth a shot.
Well, if you don't mind to be asking, would we've shared our names? Would you mind sharing yours?
My name is Sinapa.
Did you say Cinnapon?
Sinapa.
So, similar to the smell we have here, plus a paw.
That's a pretty name.
Oh, nope, not like that.
No, not even close. But hey, it kind of sounds like it. Oh, it's that kind of cabin.
And Miss Sinopar, I was wondering, you seem to use a certain word in relation to our companion. You called him a fiend. Now, I've heard, it used as an insult and such, but you seem to have a certain weight when you used it. What exactly are you calling him?
She thinks for a good second, finding a way to explain it to you. He is unnatural to nature.
Well, he certainly feels unnatural in nature, I'll tell you that.
Another way to imagine him is akin to someone that has no soul.
He has no soul?
Something similar to that.
You can tell if a person has a soul or not.
Yes.
Out of just curiosity, I don't suppose you could try your little talent on myself.
What do you mean?
Well, and Arlo's looking a little fidgety at this point. I've some of my, well, really all of my magic came to me after a certain event, which makes me a little bit doubtful of whether I'm fully intact or not.
Well, you look as if you are still the same as you were. Though you do look different from everyone else in the sense everyone's soul looks slightly different. Yours is like looking up to the sky and seeing a single star surrounded by darkness.
Me next.
What's my Patronus, Staz?
Does she give me any of the same magical vibes as Arioma?
Close. Arioma's was a lot more personal. Hers seems natural in the same way as Arioma, but hers seems more outsourced in magic. I will say this though, an albino, regardless of what race it is,
Very rare.
it's very rare and usually have some sort of odd magical properties connected to them.
And so when you see our friend Indrid, you just see nothing then.
No, he has nothing. Well, that's not completely true. How do I explain it? Think of him as a piece of ice that's shattered across the ground.
He's broken.
In a sense.
Well, he would just say that's part of the curse, as far as I'm concerned. Or at least that's the story he tells.
There was no curses on him. I would be able to tell.
No curses on him.
No.
That's an insight check right there. That one.
That one. You don't know her poker
Eh.
face is amazing.
Amazing.
Kind of hard to see a poker face through all that hair.
Wait, so if he's not cursed?
No.
You said he was cursed for the love. Wait, so
He could see himself as cursed, but
he
It's
was
not exactly
born
a
that
curse.
way?
possibly. Maybe he was affected by something that fragmented him or something else. But he is not natural. It is like the dead that walk during the winter.
Well, all right. So you said his soul's like shattered ice. Now, with a little, the proper procedures, one can refuse ice into one solid thing again. Have you ever seen something like that occur?
No.
Or perhaps you ought to find a better metaphor.
Well, that's a
Either way.
shame. I consider myself a pretty good judge of character, and Indrid's been top notch these last few weeks, I'd say. Seems a shame that you'd think such.
All I do is listen to the spirits, and if something disturbs them, I try to deal with it in the best way, and that is what he's doing here with his presence.
Okay, well, to keep everything, hunky-dory, about how far would you like us to perhaps travel before we settle down for the night?
This is not a matter of being around me, no. I suggest you deal with your personal matters as fast as you can and then leave the Titan wilderness. She's looking over at you, Rezo. You should
Not a
not be in
character.
these
That
woods.
sounds like a fucking threat.
You should
Not
not
from
be in
her,
these
from the
woods.
forest.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do to
Then it
make
would be
him a
a
little
warning.
bit more appealing? Less offensive?
She thinks for a second. That honestly is hard to say. There's not much you can do to hide from nature. It usually knows things more than anybody else. The best thing I could suggest is he should stay away from sites that are affected by those that are greater than us. Dryads and sorts. Spirits with great power. At that point, I can't promise any of your safety if he would be entering a place like that.
Oh, okay, so just careful where we walk.
Ominous.
I know, I was gonna say.
Now, at this point, we'll switch back to Indrid. Roll me another perception check with advantage.
Do I have to?
Choose not to.
You probably want to.
15.
15. So as you're pretty much just like sitting back and drinking at this point, just waiting for everybody to return, you see something very odd and slightly disturbing. As you're pretty much looking around, you'll notice at the corners of the cabin what look to be figures, silhouettes, what you can see of what looks like wolves staring at you.
Chuck
Watching.
a rock at him. Just
Rock.
lightly, like.
The rock flies at them and just completely passes through them. Their gaze does not avert from you.
Oi! Fuck off! Trying to play cards here. No fish.
Yep, with that, we'll switch back to the cabin.
Okay, so be careful where we walk. Head over in that direction as far as we can go.
Have any of you ever been to the place that you're going?
No.
I've
Rezo?
probably been there at least in traveling, I would
I
imagine.
had when I was younger, but
Actually,
I would say it's honestly, Rezo, you've been there, and Vin, you've definitely been there. Like,
Okay.
Rezo is back and forth. You know the place. You've been there like a couple times, but you never actually stayed there. It's like a passing by, pretty much.
Yeah.
I can assist you if you're interested on making your travel a little bit faster, though whoever chooses to do it will be a bit weaker.
how so?
It will take a bit of your essence, magic, as they say.
Is it a permanent alteration?
No, it will last until you make it to your goal.
and it would speed our process of getting there, you'd say?
It should effectively.
Well, I'll take it on then.
No.
Sadly, you cannot, Arlo. You've not been there.
Ah,
Pretty much what she can do is she can do something to you that can give you a way to a place that you've already been, to give you a better path of where you've already been.
Find the path.
If it will
Am
If
I?
it will help us get there quickly and potentially save lives,
Does this
take it.
does this have anything to do with killing more animals?
No, I have what I need here. It's more on the part of the individual that chooses to do it at that point.
I would offer myself as well. I have been there. Spent some good time there.
Okay then. Then I ask you one thing then. I will do this for you, but you can choose one of two things. You owe me a favor for the future, or you can do something for me now.
Does it have to more to do with killing bears and stuff?
No.
Oh, what would you like then, ma'am? Those fucking birds. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Fuck those birds. I don't trust them. Don't worry, Indrid is just being, eyeballed by a bunch of birds at the moment. Pretty much. So then, I'm missing something that I was trying to collect during springtime. It's a lot harder now, it being near winter. I would ask if you find any of it to bring it back to me. She pulls out what looks to be a very small vial of what looks to be filled with a very odd grayish with spackling of black dots all over it pod, pretty much.
What is that exactly?
There's a certain bush that if you take it out of the ground and harvest the pods that are connected to the roots, it can be used for making useful items.
What does the bush look like?
She pretty much snaps one of her fingers and then shows a very slight illusion at this point. From what you can see is that it's actually the proper description of it. So it's a very short bush, and it's usually covered by very large banana-like leaves that are of a bluish color.
Okay, easy to spot.
Very notable. The only problem with it is that she shows you is, how do I put this without giving too much away? If the underbelly of the leaves are red, you should not pull it.
Okay.
Say that again?
If the underbelly of the leaves are red, you should not pull it.
That means they're not ripe then, yeah?
If you disturb the plant at that point, the pods might explode.
Fascinating.
Okay. Do you have any
Pretty
spare
adept at finding
vials?
plants, yeah. Sorry, Rave.
Oh no, does she have any spare vials? Because Vinny here, he's very good with animals. I think he could probably give a vial filled with it when we find any and have it flown back to you.
She wouldn't have a lot of extra vials. No.
Do we have any vials?
That.
They're all filled with ooze.
They're all filled with the green ooze.
I mean,
Let me look. Vials.
We
I have
haven't
2 vials
experimented with
left.
those, have we? Like, if we release one, does it become a new ooze?
Who knows?
I have 2 glass vials currently.
I would prefer if you would bring it back to me. It's much more likely that it will be intact upon its return.
okay,
Understood.
do you mind waiting a month? I guess we kind of got to get there quick.
Well, that's what I'm assuming. You're going to be traveling there, and if you see it on your travels, you return. And while you're traveling back this way.
Oh, okay. It's not like a fresh thing. You don't need it like less than a week from picking or something.
No.
Oh, okay.
The pods stay effectively fresh as long as they aren't crushed.
Okay. Well then, that seems easy to do, right?
Yeah, if there's anything near, I think I should be able to find something like that.
Okay then. Well, if that's the case, she will be moving around and she'll actually go into what seems to be a drawer and she'll pull out what looks to be a very finely carved piece of bone. Okay then, we should go outside if we're going to be doing this.
Okay, alright. What did?
I'm
You all
making
walk back.
faces at the spirits now.
Good faces. So while we walk outside, you'll see Indrid like making a very odd like face in the direction of the cabin.
How's the cards going there, Indrid?
You know, mate, I think I'm winning because I don't think Feek knows what numbers are, mate.
Sounds like cheating.
I know the numbers. This is 2, and that's 3, and
No,
that's
mate, that's an upside down 5.
fuck. And this
We're,
one right
we're
here,
learning. We're learning. It's
and
all right.
He points at the queen.
and this one is a 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Think you're learning.
Okay.
Good for you.
Either way, we're going to get some magical boost to get us faster, make us get there faster.
Right.
And then we'll just go ahead and head upstream and wait till tomorrow and cross the river.
Oh, son of a! Hey, if it's going to take away my magical abilities, we won't have the water walking
Wait,
tomorrow.
all of your magical abilities? I thought it was just a little bit.
I don't know. You were kind of vague on the details there. Last.
I also said I'm willing to take it on too. So. I'm more than just a magic master. I'm a fighter as well. Like it's a rogue.
La-dee-da. More than just magic.
Decide who you're going to choose to take it.
Blessing and a curse.
Okay, I mean, Rezo, not bad, right?
I'm happy to either way, but yeah, the intent was wait a day and I can do a water walk for the party and the animals.
I'll be fine.
Then we'll do Rezo at this point.
Besides, if I die, then Raven will no longer be mixed up.
Fine, if they die. Okay,
Yeah.
then she'll hand you the carved bone in one hand, and then she'll take your other hand at this point, and she will pull out a very nice, ornate bone dagger.
You're gonna have to stab me, aren't you?
Somewhat close to that. Have you ever?
Mate, don't do it, mate. You have so much to live for.
She just looks at you as you're interrupting her as she speaks with a fucking horrible glare. Have you ever done a ritual with your shaman before?
Probably not. Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
It would have been back and forth. You would have been at least taught by your shaman basics of magic, because that's how it would start. You would learn that the magic that you would call upon is from your ancestors and such. And then from there, you go from the actual techniques of casting magic as a mage and not as a druid. Okay then, so I'm going to cut you across your hands, and then you take the bone and clamp your hands together. Focus your magical energy into it, and then if all goes well, your guide will be with you.
And if it doesn't go well,
Then you have a nasty cut on your hand and the useless bone.
cool.
Okay then.
I swear I've heard something about give a dog a bone before, Arlo. Have you?
Okay then. And at this point, she will cut across your hand. You do it. Roll me Arcana check.
Arcana!
How much is lost? Ooh.
26.
Ow.
Okay then.
You
Big
lose
brain
26 spells. Shit.
So then, it works as you are able to funnel your energy into this bone, as you're cut pretty fast with the knife, and it's actually surprisingly deep. But as your blood actually begins to come out, it actually, instead of just dripping about, it actually gets absorbed into the bone itself, as it starts to glow this reddish color. And then at the end of the 1 minute of your focusing, the bone shatters in your hand.
Oh,
Right.
was that supposed to happen?
Now then, you lose one of your highest spell slots and one other spell slot of your choice.
Oh, my highest spell slot, and then one other spell slot of my choice.
Yeah.
Which I only have 2 level spell slots, so I'm gonna do my other spell slot.
Okay.
Now, is that until we get there?
So how she'll explain it is your guide will be with you until you make it to your destination, as that is where they're taking you.
Gotcha.
When that ends, your magic will return to you. Until then, you do not have access to that.
Okay, great. Well, awesome. It worked then. Good job, Rezo.
Now then, Rezo, when the bone shatters in your hand, think at first, nothing really happened. You just waste 2 spell slots on anything. And then you'll notice in the corner of your eye what looks to be the shadowy figure of what seems to be a wolf.
Dad?
As it's just looking at you,
Shadow.
waiting to be followed.
Awesome.
Is
Any
anyone
chance? I was gonna say, any chance you could maybe teach me that one?
Nobody else sees the wolf.
Even cooler.
I lean over to Rave.
The blade was drugged.
First Indrid's talking and yelling at cabins, and now Rougarou's looking at like a rock, like it's, I don't know what it's looking at, and but it's giving it a look.
Mhm.
Well, all in all, hopefully this helps us get to our destination as soon as possible, because lest we not forget, we do have some dire circumstances at our hands.
Sure enough, we should make way.
Sinipa looks at your guide. So then, just follow it the best you can. It will wait for you if you aren't able to catch up or if you decide to rest. Though I suggest you don't waste time. Spirits don't like lingering for too long.
Fair. Do they have a name?
No.
Okay.
Is Wobbles going to be jealous?
Luckily, Wobbles can't see shit at the moment.
All right then. Well, Rezo, lead on. Thank you again, Miss Sinpa.
Yes.
Sinopa?
Sinopa.
Oh, one more thing before we leave. If I'm able to bring back the pods that we spoke about, is there any chance maybe that you might be able to teach me a thing or two about them?
Of course.
I'm an aspiring herbologist myself, so to say. Curiosity, I guess.
Well then,
But that's kind. Thank you.
yes. When you return, and if you return, I will show you what to do with it.
When we return. Thank you again.
Yes.
All right, Indrid, come on, let's go. Just be careful where you step. Don't step into any mushroom circles or holy ground.
Mushrooms. Steps
Oh,
in
mate.
mushroom circle. Pisses off a pixie, it fucking turns him into a dog.
Your presence pisses off the woods, so I did.
Well, you know what, mate? The woods presence pisses me off.
Now what she was saying starting to make sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might be unnatural then.
You're a natural, mate. You're a talking lion.
I'm pretty natural. Even she confirms I'm natural.
She's a talking dog.
Yeah, you're a blue horned thing.
It's a curse, mate. I told you.
No, she said it wasn't a curse.
You're gonna believe her?
Yeah, she
I'm inclined
Why?
to.
she seemed quite
Why?
legit knowing her magic stuff.
Well, it looks to me like we just got caught up and sent on a fetch me quest for nothing.
Well, that may determine how it goes with our line to the Mythclaw, which we should be going.
Rezo says he could see a guide.
I'll start following the dog, the wolf. Now you got me doing it.
Okay then. Rezo, roll me a d4.
Okay. 1.
Okay then.
Can I get guidance on this?
I get a
No,
5.
You can't get guidance on this. No, sadly. I would say if you had one of your cards, you could re-roll this, but you don't have one of the cards.
I don't even know whether low or high is good on a D4, depending on what this is. So.
Okay then. So then, you cut off 2 weeks from your guys' time that you'll need to take to get through.
Ooh, 2 weeks.
Out of 8, I want to say?
7.
7.
So it's gonna take us a month and a bit.
Yeah.
You'll
Oh
be
great! Now we have
effectively-
to change the roles. All right.
Oh, we have less of them.
Yeah, listen.
That's good.
Yeah.
If I had rolled higher, would we have knocked off more weeks?
Yes.
Ah, of course.
It was pretty much, it was 1+. I could have had you roll the D2, but D4 is better. Makes it seem like it's more when it's actually not. But at this point, how are you guys getting across the river?
We're not.
You still have that obstacle.
We're gonna
waiting a day.
We're gonna follow the
Depending
river.
Depending on how long we have, or we can follow it. If we camp the day before, I can give us a water walk the day after.
Because we are at the Purple X, right?
You are at the Purple X, so effectively you could follow the river all the way up to the coast, and then continue through the coast, which does avoid the wilderness for the most part. But at that
Take a long time.
it would take a little bit longer, as well as you are probably unlikely to get that herb that you're looking for.
Well, we could follow the river up to where it bends, and then head out after that.
Yeah. I don't know what time of day it is now, but even just if we spend the next couple hours heading north, and then first thing in the morning we can cross and make our way into.
Are the crows following
Let's
us?
find somewhere to camp
Or
now.
not, let's just wade through and get the fuck over there.
Fuck off, crow.
It's a bit unnerving. Is actually you see in the distance what looks to be a swarm, or what is it? A swarm
Murder.
of a
A
murder.
Murder.
Sea of murder. A very large murder flying around.
Yeah, that's not confusing.
Well, what time of the day is it now?
It's about midday at this point. I'm gonna say you guys kind of came around the cabin around like 10ish.
Are the crows just flocking, or do they look like they're gathering at something?
Or fleeing from something.
Like, are they circling? Are they just flying around being assholes? What's going on?
They do seem to be circling something, or at least swarming above something.
I'll whisper to Rezo and Rave and point out the crows. Boy, I think we should check that out, mate.
Check the crows out.
No, they're circling something, mate.
What do crows
Hopefully
circle?
it's a dead animal. But if we're lucky, maybe it's like a caravan that was traveling through here and they were killed by monsters and now their loot's there.
You see, that's a very thin silver lining on a scenario.
What's the worst that could happen, mate?
That monster comes back and eats us.
Well, then we kill it.
I,
Look at all of us.
We ain't no weak caravan.
I'll lean over to Wobbles and ask him to fly up and ask the crows what's going on, as well as try and see if he can see what they're circling as well.
Man, crows are assholes. They're gonna fucking punk me. I'll try. Just begin flying and going up in that direction regretfully. You can roll something for Wobbles.
He's an eagle made out of metal. What does he have to worry about?
Dude, he's shiny.
I know, yeah, like home shiny.
Getting
Yeah, they're not going to be nice.
They
to
just
him.
swarm us.
Oh no, Wobbles.
Oh no.
He had disadvantage and he rolled a 2.
Uh-huh.
So then, you see Wobbles begin to fly up towards the swarm, or the murder crows at this point. As he gets a bit closer, you'll notice a few of them getting closer to him at this point. Then a couple more, and then a couple more. And then you notice he's completely swarmed by crows just as they're swooping down at him.
Just mentally yelling, retreat, retreat.
Pop him out! Pop him out! Rezo, pop him out!
Abandoned.
The fuck do you think I'm doing? As he just gets poofed out.
So that failed.
Let me roll a perception check to see if he even got to see what they were looking at. Oh, it's not bad. That's 15 on his side. Okay then. So, first of all, fuck you.
Sorry.
Second of all, there's a big ass thing over there.
Dead, alive.
looks like it's sleeping. I think, maybe. I couldn't tell. There was a little bit of a problem up there while I was looking.
Bear, giant, dragon.
Bigger. Not bigger than dragon.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's leave.
Yeah.
Run.
Tarask.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was about to say like bigger, and then you, like you said dragon as I like said bigger, and I was like, no, bigger than the bear.
Bigger than
Correct.
the bin?
A bear is bigger than Vin.
Is
No, I
it?
mean, it was the thing. Bigger.
What?
Wait, a bear is bigger than Vind?
I would say, give or take.
No.
Height-wise,
Fucking
height-wise, no.
monster
Same
bears.
size, technically.
Yeah, same size.
A brown one.
Maybe a brown one, yeah.
But it's bigger. Was it furry? Was it furry?
No, because then the moose would be way bigger than Vin. Because a moose is bigger than a brown bear.
Well, that is a good point.
Density wise, they're tall and skinny legs and all that.
Wobbles, was it a furry thing?
It kind of looks like you was like the best thing a bird can like do as a raised eyebrow. No,
Head
it
cock.
actually was how do I put it? You know, leathery would be a way of putting it.
Oh, okay, all right. That's skin.
I guess you could say that.
What are you guys contemplating? You want to go meet up with this thing and say hi? Or should we be on our way?
Well, mate, to be honest, I didn't plan for the Flying Eagle. So I was figuring we would have to walk over there. But now that sounds like it's a giant monster, I'm a little less inclined to make my way over there.
To be honest, I'm kind of curious now. Is it across the river or on our side?
Let me actually roll that.
'Cause if it's on our side, we might as well check it out because we got to wait until tomorrow anyways.
It is on your side.
Yeah, all right, fine. I mean, you can always
There you
look at it, you know.
I'll stealth up.
I think we're all gonna stealth.
I will try.
I don't think all of us should stealth.
But we should all be very quiet, as quiet as can be. By the way, I have disadvantage on these, so have fun with that.
So do I.
Oh, 15. Okay.
You got better than me.
Disadvantage
14.
gaining 3.
20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, as you all begin to approach this thing, you all get caught up with this very strong musky smell in the area, which the thing that's a little bit unnerving, because considering, Wobbles didn't really give you a good idea if it's dead or not, is you don't smell any blood of any sort at this point. But you continue moving forward, and you eventually see what looks to be in the distance this large collapsed beast. Give me a nature check, Vin, and yeah, Rezo, you can roll it as well. You're a hunter of sorts.
18 for me.
7.
Then a 7. Okay then, so Rezo, you've never seen this creature before. It's odd. You kind of want to kill it just to see what it's like, but you're not sure if it's alive or not yet. Now, when it comes to you, Vin, this confuses you a little bit, as you've never really encountered one of these creatures before. You've heard stories back and forth of one of these things roaming about the Titan Wilderness, though not many have actually talked about it. As you believe, you're not sure, because it does seem a bit different from descriptions. It seems like a very large boar of sorts. I think at least that's what its shape tells you. Something's not right about it, as unlike a boar that has hair over itself, it's complete skin and muscle.
Well, that's interesting. Never seen one, but I've heard about them.
What is that exactly?
I don't suppose. Looking out, can I see, like, obviously it's lost its hair. Does it have any of that spore stuff that we discovered on the body a few days ago?
Roll me a perception check.
Yep. Natural 20 for 23.
Nice.
Okay, then, using your very new fancy glasses to look about this creature, at first you don't really see anything, but then you notice what seems to be a multitude of small protrusions at its back. And then as you kind of sneak around the side, you actually get to the area of its stomach, and you can see what looks to be a dozen of those similar bluish spikes. So these ones are a very rich violet color at this point, as they've completely pretty much torn apart the underbelly of this creature. At this point, as there's
Eviscerated.
just yeah.
Oh,
Now I'm
dude,
concerned.
everyone stay where you are. Remember that last dead thing we came across that had the little blue spark coming out of it? I can just make out that thing has the exact same thing, only more.
So it's ready to pop.
Did the last putty pop? Did I miss it? I mean, I'm fairly certain it's dead.
I'm pretty sure if I'm Indrid.
It did not pop.
No.
It didn't. I thought like the stomach went or something. No, all right.
Spaz would never be so unsubtle.
Yeah, something exploded. You're gonna know about it.
So it's a dead thing then.
I would, yes, that's what I would think. Hopefully, I'm hoping it doesn't stand up. That would be very unsettling.
One instance of this seemed a little bit weird, but now seeing a second, I'm kind of worried.
I want to bring up something that Arla wouldn't know.
Well, Indrid, you're up.
What's Indrid going to do?
Same thing he did with the last one. Go poke it with his sword, right?
Why? I don't think that thing has a coin purse on it.
You know, I'm inclined to believe Arlo on this one. Like, I do not see what I have to gain for walking up the possibly dead creature and poking it.
Not so much to poke it. I'd like to figure out maybe what's going on with this. Is this a more common issue than should be?
Well, we could go talk
All
to
this
Cinnabar
unnatural
about
talk,
it.
yeah. Yeah, how far out have we made it?
You guys only walked 40 minutes away at this point.
Oh.
And how close are you guys getting to investigate the corpse?
Arlo would not let anyone get within 50 feet of it.
Yeah, why would you walk up and poke it? You could shoot it. From a
I'm
distance.
staying at least 60
Not so much
feet
to
away
poke
from
it.
this thing.
Do you
Go
want me
poke it.
to summon a servant of the unseen variety and have it do it?
Why? Why do we need this to happen?
Just
Don't necessarily want to poke it, but I do
I'm
want to
going
know
to
what's
shoot it
going
with
on.
a hand crossbow.
I start running the
Just
other
while
direction.
we're arguing, I'm just going to unhook it and just shoot a dart at it.
Roll me a attack roll.
Do I have advantage since it's a giant dead creature?
Yes, you do have advantage.
Thank you, Spaz.
I mean, you also
appreciate that.
stealth very well, right?
Yeah, I'll get a sneak attack.
Sneak attacks a corpse.
If you hit attack.
Okay, so 23.
That will hit.
Um,
I'm concerned if it missed.
for the hand crossbow itself, that's 6. And then for the sneak attack, an additional 4. So 10 total. And I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Okay then. So as you shoot at this thing, as it's dead on the ground, where are you aiming exactly? Anywhere in particular? You just shooting?
Am I
at it?
facing its back or its stomach?
I would say you've moved around to the stomach to get a better view of it. So I would say you're shooting the stomach at this point.
Yeah, I would aim at the heart.
Yeah. So
Where
you
would
just
I would
go,
assume the major organs to be.
so you go and shoot and aim for the heart. You're pretty confident in shooting it, but this thing looks like it's got pretty thick hide. As you pretty much shoot at it, as it just kind of goes through it like it's nothing, just piercing into it. no noticeable movements at all from this creature.
Like
So-
a jaw.
Kind of. Though you do notice something odd. One of the protruding rods at this point, spikes, be better said, kind of moves slightly.
Ooh, don't like that.
Now these protruding rods, they're sticking out of the beast itself, or is it coming from
So where they're
the plant life?
So where it's stabbing out is it's pretty much complete. You'll see about 12 large ones coming out of the underbelly of the creature. And then you'll notice what looks to be small bumps on the back of the creature that don't seem natural with small little blue spikes poking out.
Right, I gotta be honest about this, mates. I do not like this one little bit.
Neither do I. That's why I'm so concerned.
Why don't we just light it on fire and leave?
You don't do that in the woods, Indrid.
Talk to the person who lives here.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, no,
pretty darn
absolutely,
wintry right now, so I don't think we'll start a forest fire if we light it.
I think Sinopol might be interested in seeing it in its current state rather than a charred version.
Agreed.
So
I
we're
think
gonna
it's a
walk
good idea to go maybe ask
all the
a-
way back to the
But we could
nasty
send
river.
Wobbles.
Fuck Wobbles. I'll
Well,
go.
we've got that mossy carpet all the way back. We might as well use it.
That's true, mate. I'll go.
I like how the easiest way of getting Indra to do something is to say, "How about we have Wobbles do it?" And it's like, "Fuck Wobbles."
Fuck Wobbles, I'll do
The stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Fuck that bird.
We need someone to sacrifice himself. Well, how about my animal that can come back to life? Fuck him, I'll do it.
I'll go stab it with my sword. Fuck that bird. Taking all the damn glory. So you all begin to make your way back to the cabin at
Be
this
right
point.
back.
Is it everybody or is it only Indrid at this point?
Oh, no. We're not splitting the party.
Oh, why not? It's so
I was
fun.
I was thinking about doing it to have some people stay back to make sure nothing weird happens.
Staying next to the creepy, weird
Oh.
flesh body.
Actually, before we head back, whoever's coming with, be like, right, mates, let's do a little experiment. You'll hide in the woods. I'm going to approach said lady and ask for her assistance.
But she doesn't like you.
Exactly, but that shouldn't make her try to kill me.
It seems like you're intentionally putting yourself in harm's way.
Maybe.
Agonistic.
I mean, you really like to poke the bear, as it were.
Oh, is there a bear around here, mate? I don't like bears.
No, just the saying. I mean, you're poking that thing, you're poking.
Right. Well, mate,
I mean, you're a poker. You're a dirty poker.
you know, it's like a little mix it up now and then. Keep them on their toes, you know what I'm saying? Right. If you guys don't want to, you don't have to. Let's go ask the mean lady for her help on giant mushroom pig.
All right.
Did my spirit guide seem perturbed by the bloated corpse?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't seem to react to anything unnatural in the area.
Good to know it's a natural.
But yeah, nothing noticeable.
To
No, but
Sinopar.
As you all return back to the cabin at this point, you do not see Cinepot in sight.
Oh, perfect.
I'll just call out, Cinepar! Hello!
Mate, you're telling me we walked all the way back here. She's not even here.
Whereas, as most of you will see, I wouldn't say all of you will see, the doors slightly creak open as you could just see one of the eyes just kind of peering through like the crack at this point. And then she'll just open it a bit more. Yes?
I found that skull you wanted.
We found something really creepy.
What do you mean?
Big, piggy-like leather creature with blue talons, spike thingies growing from it. From the belly
Yeah,
and the back.
There's a creature that's very large that seemed to die of unnatural means, and we thought you might be interested.
Okay, then. She kind of like closed the door again. You wait a few minutes as she just comes back out with some gear on her. So then, lead the way.
Oh, okay, all right. Shit. We're following those murder up there, that crow thing.
Okay, then.
As we're heading back, I'll tell her about the mushroom man we found earlier too.
That's odd. Haven't heard of anything like that before. Guess we'll go see what this thing is then.
Would we technically know about like Indrid almost getting infected by something? I don't think we would. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Indrid approached it, looked around and, searched a little bit, but nothing else really was noticeable.
Is there a spell that will allow me to know about the dice rolls in the game?
There's detect poison and disease.
Yeah.
But yeah, you all return back to the corpse at this point. And roll me a perception check.
The corpse is gone.
That's what I was partially
Did we
worried
learn
about.
anything?
We just got some Nopah back to the corpse. 13.
Yeah,
Oh, she's coming with. Okay.
Swore it was here. Reza, do you see anything?
Did you roll with that? Did you roll with advantage, Connor?
No.
You have that eagle eyes, remember?
Oh, all right.
I have a 16.
Better. 18.
18. Okay then. So Vin and Arlo will notice this. And what did you roll again? Oh wait.
Which one is it?
Hindred's not here. Hold on. No. Okay then. So you two will actually notice something extremely disturbing. As you begin approaching it again, as you can see what looks to be the husk as you're kind of walking around. Before anybody else notices it, you'll notice that the underbelly is completely carved out at this point, as there's just a large cavity inside of it at this point.
Is there signs of the crystal rods?
No.
Oh.
Everyone stop.
Here's a question, Smash, just quickly. Did we count how many little things were protruding out?
12, he said, I think.
12.
12. Okie dokes. Did they look more like smooth, kind of like shiny, like reflected off the sun?
To give you an idea how they exactly look, they're pretty much large, somewhat straight, as they kind of have a slight curl to them as they get longer for the most part. Actually, the best way to think about it or can describe it is think like have any of you played Dead Space, like the marker? Think of the marker, but only a single protrusion, pretty much. Think something like that, but it has the similar texture to coral for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Right, you should say that before.
Yeah.
Alright, the spikes are gone, lads, and it's like something tore them out of the belly.
From what I can see, there's a lot more than the spikes you were talking about, as the entire internal systems of that creature is gone as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were there when we left.
Does that mean there was something living inside that thing?
Well then, it could possibly. Well, seems the most likely, considering everything at the moment.
Well, considering it bursted out of there, is there a trail of shit disturbing the ground anywhere? Can anyone see anything?
Could be just trail of entrails, if nothing else.
I mean, it
Or
has
some
snowed
squished
too, so
ground or something, eh?
snow would be a pretty obvious trail.
Yeah, considering your guys' role, I'll say for the most part, you can see what looks to be a few bits of blood here and there, but surprisingly enough, it's clean. As you're looking into pretty much the opened belly of this creature, it's oddly for the most part, dried up somewhat, as well as completely empty and somewhat cleaned at this point.
Well, if someone was a tanner or a hide collector, this would be great. Have that just do it for you.
But one of the things that does catch your eye is there does seem to be marks in the ground that weren't there before, stab marks into the ground, going off into a direction.
We'll go hunting.
Cinnabar, is there some kind of thing that walks on legs like a bug, blue, and all that lives here?
Whatever that thing is, it's not natural to the Titan wilderness.
Oh, just like is blue just not the natural thing for the wilderness? Are just blue? Like, are you colorist?
Arlo looks up at the sky.
That's not nature, Arlo.
That's not nature. That's not science, Arlo.
Well, I don't know
No.
about everyone
Whatever
else. But I
this-
tend to find out what that was.
Yes, whatever that creature or plant was. It's not of the Titan wilderness. I've never heard of anything like that. I've never seen a creature cleaned out like that.
Well, you better be careful then, since you're living near it and it's on the loose.
And it clearly can infect humanoids.
We did. I don't know if you guys told her about that, but we did see something similar.
At this point, you'll see Sinapa actually begin walking up to the corpse. And inspecting it a lot closer. Well, this thing's been dead for quite a while. Nearly a week, I would say. Maybe a little bit less.
I'm gonna start walking off toward the trail. Should start following it.
I don't suggest
Jenny, where are you
that.
going?
I'm trying to find out where this thing went.
Is that a good idea?
I don't know.
Considering how short ago this has happened, I don't suggest leaving too far, especially considering we don't know the way this thing acts. It's not safe.
Well, we ain't gonna find out by just sitting here.
And to be quite blunt, we're not planning to stay. And so unless you want to deal with it all on your own, we can either help you deal with it now, or you'll be dealing with it yourself.
In return for us crossing the river, of course.
Well then, as she kind of like reaches into the inside of the beast and just snaps off a rib. Seems like my job at this point is easy then.
Oh yeah, look at there, you got a bone.
Fair enough. Didn't have to kill for it.
Something still died for it.
Well,
And
that's more
it was natural,
repurposing.
which is again why I'm concerned.
Okay,
I should tell you, Vin. My magic does not destroy nature, it only repurposes it just like your own. Mine just uses the souls of those that have perished here.
I didn't mean to offend based on the nature of your magic. I was more so reflecting on the idea of trying to kill something to get across the river.
It's how it must go at times.
Necromancy tends to get a bad rap, sometimes for the right purpose, sometimes not.
well, thinking if you're really set on it, we should probably hurry before it gets too far, if that's your concern.
Well, that is mine, but I am one of many.
Okay then. So, at this point, you all begin following this trail. But at this point, I'm going to need whoever is tracking it with advantage, since I'm assuming the group helps you. Roll a survival check for tracking.
I'm just going to always roll those unless anyone objects, usually.
Oh no, I've got nothing. 0.
Give us
Yeah.
3, and I think you
Okay.
got better than that. So.
Yeah, 25.
Oh, good.
Then not bad at all. So, as you're looking about at this point, you begin figuring out the trail. This creature's path is extremely weird, as you assume this might have been multiple, but considering the multiple stab marks into the ground as you're following these footprints, if you can call them that. There's multiple of them. This creature, you would assume, probably has effectively 12 legs. Which scuttles about.
12 legs, friends. Keep an eye out.
Oh, I'm sorry. How many, mate?
12, I said.
That's too many, mate.
Yeah.
When we go above 8,
About 8
that's
too
when it
many.
gets a little, yeah.
So roll me a nature check. Nature or insight, your choice. Should be about the same for you.
21.
21? Okay. So as you're beginning looking up this trail and you're
With insight, it
following
would have
it,
been 24.
but as you're looking about at this point, you're noticing that the trail changes slightly as you get following it further, as the protrusions in the ground seem a little bit more sporadic. Eventually, they begin to have a little bit more thought put behind them, from what you can see, a little bit more purpose, in a sense.
Seems this thing's learning how to walk as it goes. This is curious.
Are we getting close, Vinny?
Seems so. I don't hear anything, but we're on its trail.
And with that, I'm going to need everybody to roll me a perception check as you're traveling through these woods at this point.
Go, Rezo.
Do my glasses always give me advantage on perception, or just at a distance?
I think how it works is it gives you advantage on perception when it's sight-based.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this is in general, both sight
Okay.
and visual. So I'll just say it's a straight roll. for you.
Sure thing. A 9.
A 9.
Don't worry, we got a nat 20 in the Rezo.
I got a 19 total.
As you're all beginning to follow this trail a little bit better, figuring out how this creature moves around, those of you that pass as you're looking about, you'll notice something odd as one of the trees, which, like I've described last session, the trees in this forest are of the large redwood variety. You'll actually see what looks to be a large gouge mark on the side of one, as it just seems like something just tore right through at the side of it. Tree is still for the most part intact, but it's noticeably torn.
About how high up?
To be exact, it would be about 10 feet up on the tree.
Like torn into the tree? Like someone made a home?
It looks like something gashed across the tree side. And it's about effectively a foot deep from what you can tell, but it's notably tears across the tree.
What are we tracking, man? Because I thought we was tracking like a plant, and now there's legs and like crawling around and shit.
Yeah, well,
spider people.
Something was just born and hatched. Something unnatural. And it's growing as we trail.
Maybe we should weapons out, mate.
My club's already in my hand. Like,
I'm gonna stealth in that case and fade off into the woods.
Oh, there he goes.
Sneak off in the woods. Immediately
22
by spiderweb.
22.
Arlo will also try and stealth.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's do that. Stealth with disadvantage. 16.
Ooh, natural
Jesus.
20 for 24 for Arlo.
Cinnaba's also going to stealth. She rolls a 15.
Oh, good. She's the lowest.
Which is
I'm gonna probably turn into a black bear at this point.
It's a 20 for her for stealth.
You could just bullshit your way through the woods and pretend you're just a bear.
That might make him a more appealing snack.
He didn't seem to like the tree either.
That's what bait does. Looks appealing.
Oh, you didn't hear that. Black bear.
Okay, then. So at this point, I'm going to need everybody to roll me a survival check.
Survival.
Eh.
5 for survival.
14.
We're
8.
so good at surviving.
Now that I don't have. Like, do I keep Vin's stats for that?
Natural
Yeah,
one.
it's,
Yeah,
with
it's
your wild
wisdom.
shape, it's a wisdom.
Yeah, you keep your wisdom.
14.
Very good for most of you. So then, as you're pretty much tracking about, each one of you keeping close to the group, but also trying to stay hidden, pretty much paying attention to those of you that aren't being very sneaky and keeping more into the center of it, you'll eventually find what looks to be something very disturbing in the distance. As at first, some of you would have spotted what looks to be a tree. Some of you look a little bit closer at it. You'll notice the same coral protrusions pretty much against the tree on it, but their color changed to match it. And you don't exactly see what they all form into, as it's a little bit difficult, but you just see what looks to be something similar to a crab, as it's just latched onto a tree at this point.
Tree lobster.
So what do you all do? As it's just latched onto the tree in front of you.
Does the tracks follow along right past it?
Nope. Leads up to that tree at this point.
Oh, are we presuming that's what the tracks
Are,
were?
are we not presuming the giant fucking mutant crab hanging off the tree?
I didn't realize it was.
Nah, there's just another giant crab on the tree.
I had the impression that whatever was on the tree was much smaller, and it was left. But I see where we're at now.
We could always throw an ooze at it.
What?
The ooze.
The vial.
Why?
Ooze.
I don't know.
Battle Royale. Two men enter, one man leaves.
That thing is a dead remain.
Well, I think it'd be smart for us to try and take it from a distance, as
Well,
it's.
Hold on, mates. Is it intelligent?
I mean, it was born a few hours ago, so my hopes aren't very high.
It also learned how to climb trees in a few hours, mate.
Yeah, I am a little concerned, so I'm going to cast Aid at 3rd level,
I'm opening hunting traps and putting them on the ground.
and I'll do the Aid on me, Rezo, and who else is in melee? I'm guessing Indrid, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
Pay no attention to the bear sitting in front of you.
But they
Do you? Well, I know, but you get so many
Okay.
temporary hit points. Should I? Oh gosh.
No, I'm kidding. You do you.
All right, Indrid, me, and Rezo will all get 10 temporary hit points.
Woo.
Or 10 max hit point. You get the idea.
Very nice. Good for all of you. You're a little bit tankier now. Okay then. So what are you all doing at this point? Cinnaba's just looking at this thing, just kind of like trying to figure it out.
Trap.
Trap.
Ground. Trap. Trap.
I'm in my charge stance, just keeping a keen eye on it.
Do you want me to cast an invisible, the silent image that I did before and shroud us in a camouflage, and you fire from the camouflage, and maybe it won't be smart enough to see through the camouflage?
Do you have tiny hut?
Yes.
If we have time to prepare, that'd be the most protective of all thing in the world.
Okay, do you want me to tiny hut it?
We don't have time to prepare, man. There's a giant tree crab right there. I started blasting.
Oh, you.
Oh shit. Okay then.
Well,
Like nothing can get into a tiny hut. We could just shoot it from the tiny hut and lead
we
it in.
could.
You could have shot it.
Can it fit a black bear?
No.
So we can run in and out of it. And, like,
Not the
kind of
black
circle
bear.
around it.
But I have advantage if it's
The
coming
brown
from-
one's the bigger
from
one.
Stealth.
I'm actually medium sized now.
Oh, you're medium? Then yes, a medium would fit in.
Too late now.
Let's
Indrid.
just shoot more than one bolt.
I would say at this point you would have advantage. It's standing still on a tree, and it's not expecting a giant bolt of magic to be hurled at it.
That was my plan all along. Okay, so I'll just count. I'm using normal die for the.
I think at this level you shoot 2 or 3 of them.
You can do.
So first bolt is 17. Second bolt is 26.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Do both hit?
Yep, they both hit.
Good. Okay. AC not too bad.
Nah, they don't.
Not
They don't hit
insane.
at all.
Neither of them hit. Run.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. 9 hits.
If neither one of them hit at that, if neither one of them hit at that point,
Oh.
your option isn't to run.
It
It's
should
just to die.
it should just be the first one. The
17.
no,
No.
add another 4 onto that.
Yeah, 21.
21. Force damage.
1d10, not 2d10.
Yeah, but 2 bolts if both hit.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Good.
Okay, then. Crazy shit going on. Okay, then. That does pretty fucking good damage, honestly, though. So it takes the damage at that point, and when it comes to that, I'm going to need all of you.
Of course.
As I
We
need
get a
to find-
surprise round.
You surprised us.
You surprise. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you-
took
I
it.
get a surprise round.
That was it.
You were the surprise. The entire party was like talking to one another, planning, and you were like, "I start blasting." So that was you took the surprise round.
Alright. That's 58 hit points.
All right. Ooh, look, it has wings in that token.
It has wings.
Wait, what? No, it does not.
That's webs. It's webs.
Okay. I'm pretty far zoomed out. They look like. I mean,
legs.
the legs got with the web.
Oh, we don't have the initiative token thingy open.
Oh, my bad.
Yep.
Oh, good, saved it.
Okay, it's reopened.
Ah,
Give it a
damn
roll.
it.
Oh shoot! Now they're natural 20.
Wow,
Ooh, same with Rezo.
Really hot.
it's a good dice. Let's see what.
No, the bear's just going down and down.
Stop that.
12 plus.
I just put it back to
3.
the 4 that or the 10 that I rolled initially,
Okay, then.
because that matters.
Okay, then.
Willow doesn't want to go first.
Don't worry, it's only death. Ish, you know. Who knows? Then there's this thing. Oh man.
Really hoping for that tiny hut.
I would have
Yeah.
so tiny headed if.
It was like, guys, we should probably do this. I just start blasting at it.
Blast!
Why,
First thing I'm doing on my turn is humming.
why is it not adding their tokens to the initiative for some reason?
You clicked it? The token?
I
Is that it? Oh, it's just not. It's blank.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
not, it's not adding
DMs.
their.
That's fine.
If it's in
You
the
know what it
GM
is.
later, it's hidden.
Do you have a character sheet for it?
Hold on. Yeah. That. Where did I put it? It's in the plants folder.
Indrid's like a rattlesnake. When threatened, he strikes.
You weren't threatened.
I felt threatened.
That's a pretty fair thing to feel threatened from. Okay then.
Just imagine Indrid hissing before he shoots.
Ah, there we go.
My tail's flicking around like a cat.
Okay, then, and the 15 is Cinnaba, since I actually did not prepare her character sheets. I did not
No.
expect her to go into combat, but I at least have an idea of what she has at this point. So we'll go off of that.
Probably a rune knight, right? She'll be fine.
Nope.
Nope. Shit.
She is a custom class.
Well, now that it's dead and not coming back, was that a gray render that it came out of?
Yeah.
Shit.
What is that? I don't know. What
It's
that
a
is.
real big monster thingy.
They're fairly gnarly.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
going with opening of Princess Mononoke this entire session myself.
It's pretty much. It's like you mix a rhino and a boar together, and that's what you get, pretty
I
much.
think
Uh-huh.
a gray render
But-
CR is like 10 or 13 or something.
Yeah, but Arlo,
Yeah.
Now your turn. After Indra just starts blasting at this thing, as it seems surprised, as it wasn't expecting magic to be hurled at it at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. And this thing is just like a giant crab. Yes.
It's pretty much a giant crab. Now, as it's been shot, it's been pretty much surprised, so its color got shifted back to what it originally is, which it's a mixture of this kind of cyan blue with a very rich violet at the edge of its spikes, pretty much, or its legs.
Okay.
And it's somewhat similar to a spider, though it has effectively 12 legs, though the front two are pretty much what you would assume. Yeah, mandibles for attacking with. It's unsettling regardless.
All right. Well, Arlo, just kind of surprised more than anything in seeing this thing now suddenly come to life and seeming not very nice to our recent, attack. He's going to take a deep breath, and anyone who's looking at him will see his eyes go pitch black, and he is just going to start vomiting smoke. It's pitch black, and it's going to travel incredibly fast towards this creature and reform right in front of it to take the form of a giant dog. He is summoning his, what is this effect called?
The Shadowhound?
The Shadowhound.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the ill omen thing?
Hound of Ill Omen, that's what it is.
Yeah.
This is my question for later, since I'm going to have to do that if it does exist, but is there a, monster manual token or character sheet for that thing?
It is a dire wolf, essentially, with a few extra HP and a few other little... It's essentially a dire wolf.
That is good to know, because I do have that. Give me a second to find a dire wolf. So that's going to be a lot easier to drop down than just a purple square. A dire wolf. Dire wolf. There you go. He's like, where did you go, dire wolf? Okay, then. So there it is, right there.
Yeah, and I'll keep track of its stats and everything.
Okay, then.
AC 14, health 37 plus a bit. And as a bonus action, I summon it. Does it get to attack immediately? You can either start art of its turn. The hound appears on its turn. It can only move towards target. Can make opportunity attacks rolling against the target. Can use this action only to attack its target. Okay, so it shares an initiative with me, so it's going to make one attack a la dire wolf. And it's going to be... Actually, before it does that, I'm going to use my action, because that is only a bonus action for Arlo.
Jeez.
And, the spell I want to cast, I'm too far away to use.
That's pretty awesome.
Walk forward.
I'm a halfling!
You get 25.
5, 10, 15,
Advance.
20, 25. No, the spell I want is still too far.
No.
I am mid-range. Let's see. That's also... A lot of my best stuff is 30. I want that. Yeah, we're kind of far. Arlo doesn't want to get that close. He would know how far his distance shit is. He's going to stay where he is. And instead of doing that, he is going to cast Haste.
Oh!
And he will do it
Oh!
on... we'll say... Indrid. And on... Who's else going to be in the front? Probably... Yeah, we'll do it on... Rave, because I don't know how it will work on druids with V-shape and stuff. I don't know how it will work. So haste, y'all get +2 to AC, double speed, and 1 extra attack that can be used to either attack, disengage, hide, or use object.
You lucky.
And I will keep track of the rounds. That will be the end of Arlo's turn. Oh, but first the hound gets to attack. That's natural 20 for the hound. Oh my god.
Welcome to the game.
Hello, dice. Where have you been?
So I'll do dice. Ooh, that could have been better. But so 8 plus 3 is 11 points of damage, and it needs to make a strength saving throw, in fact.
Okay, then a strength saving throw. Not bad at all. Drink.
The magic number is
Oh.
13.
Well, here's the thing. I rolled the shitty number 1.
So I
it-
imagine this hound comes up out of the shadows, emerging, and just makes this heroic leap on top of the creature, bites onto the highest point of it, and using its weight, it just pulls it off of the tree, and it scuttles onto its back like a turtle.
Yeah. This thing is confused and probably pissed off at this point.
Also, sorry, all your range attacks have disadvantage, guys.
They do? Why?
Because he's prone.
He's prone.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Something that big really be prone.
I pulled a Kurtz.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Huge.
It is huge.
I was just about to say that. How does it feel?
How does it feel?
I mean, Arlo's totally distanced too, so it doesn't feel good.
That was a pretty impressive turn, honestly.
Gosh, yeah.
And with that, Rezo, or should I
Sorry.
just call you Rave at this point?
I'll start humming my war song, and I was using the wrong token, and I'll move over to here to get out of the bunch of people, and it is at disadvantage for range.
Yep.
It would be, yes.
All right, and then I will attempt to firebolt it.
Firebolt.
Does a
That will
12
miss.
hit? That'll miss.
Elements.
Balls. That was my action, my movement, and a bonus action to hum. That would be my turn.
Okay, it's now Cinna's turn. What is she gonna do? Cinnaca. Oh, that's a touch spell. She can't do that. Okay then. Well, I guess it's time for Plan B, which is she is going to move up to here. Then she is going to cast this spell. As you see Sinopa take out, or Sinopa, Sinopa. Don't know why I'm messing up that name so badly. But you can see her take out a bone at this point, and it cracks it. And as she does that, you can see what looks to be a very reminiscent shadow of what looks to be an elk of sort charge at the creature at this point. Now here's
Shadow summons.
so here's my question. Does your wolf thing have HP?
It does.
Does. Okay then. I need it to make a saving throw. A dex
Okay.
saving throw.
It has the stats of a direwolf, so it's going to be +2. That's a 15.
For her, that will just be enough.
Hey.
And then for this thing, I need to roll, which dex is luckily not its strong suit. That's a 5. Okay then. Then now for the fun stuff. Now, after that saving throw is made, I will need to roll. Roll. 6. Is it 76? That should be right. Sorry, I was not expecting you guys to bring her back out here.
Seemed like a pretty good idea at the time.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah. Oh, I was off. That's an upcast one, so that is going to be
More d6.
96. As
Oh my gosh!
My poor
As you-
wolf.
Yeah, as you see this elk appear, as it pretty much begins charging in the direction of this creature, as it gets to the water, it begins to get charged up with electricity as it rams into this creature.
I'll learn that one.
Is this like an ultimate lightning or something?
But
She
yeah,
couldn't have moved to the side to not hit my wolf.
it's gonna
Show
kind of
off.
fit regardless where it was gonna go. But yeah.
My wolf is almost bloodied, and he's the only one in melee.
Sorry, wolf.
Well, your initiative high.
And long range casting on that.
But yeah, That is Cinnapa's turn. Cinnapa. I don't know why I'm messing up her name.
Aw.
I think yeah. Okay, Indrid. You just saw the scary wolf lady just shoot a lightning elk from a bone.
You have haste.
I started running. And I bonus action dash.
Oh, you get right up in there.
And then I'm going to turn, smile, use my action to cast a spell. And I will cast Burning Hands.
I thought you were going to say spook.
I can't spook. Okay then. Another X save. Oh. What's the DC again?
The DC
15?
for me is...
It passes
15.
regardless. Because that's a 19.
Even though it's a
Actually,
prone.
that doesn't affect dex saves.
That sadly does not affect dex saves. No.
Alright.
It just lays out its legs so it doesn't get hit at all.
Okay, so it gets a little charred by Burning Hands. And then I'll use my haste action to stab it.
Then roll your stab.
Is going to be a 25.
Damn!
That is a nice stab.
I've done good. And then damage.
That should be sneak attack because it's prone.
Oh, yeah. Plus the wolf's there for advantage.
Plus I have swashbuckler shit.
Yeah.
So 7 from the rapier. And 8 from sneak attack for a total of 15 damage from the rapier. And 6
a lot.
from the fire, and then I have
You're kind of out of stuff.
I have
but yeah,
25.
movement.
I have 25 feet of movement, so I'm gonna run 25 feet away. And with my fleet of foot, it does not get an attack of opportunity.
Nice.
And
Okay,
that's
then.
my
What
turn.
about the last guy too? And he popped.
Vin, or should I say Bear Man?
Bear Vin. I will. I think I can. All I can do is get to about there. Oh, I suppose the arrow would help. That's a dash. Must pretty much just dash my way over to the edge of the water. Give a little
Aren't you
growl
hasted?
and call it a day. No.
No.
Oh, for some reason I thought you were the one who
Rave.
hasted. Okay then.
Raven and
And now for this thing. Okay then. So it will spend half its action pretty much standing up, which you see something a little bit upsetting, as instead of deciding to turn itself over, it literally decides to stand up as its legs literally just bend the other way as it picks itself up.
Ugh.
And at this point, it's actually going to swipe once at that wolf.
it's adapting.
To them, that's 16 plus.
Oh, it hits. Adapt
8.
mods.
But did it swipe left or right?
Is it a fan of wolves?
It's not fan of wolves, no.
No.
Swipe
left.
Okay then. Damage.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's just gonna be easy to do.
99.
No, it's not that bad.
Well, that's the poison damage.
Really?
Oh, okay. It can be brutal.
Final choice. Final. It is. Wolf
And-
is still up.
Your wolf is not of a natural creature, so it does not
No.
need to make a Constitution saving throw.
It is shadow.
Wolf is still up, so it's gonna swipe again. I guess it's gonna swipe right. It regretted its decision. That's a 15 plus
Oh.
8. So,
I
yeah.
will also say, it doesn't really particularly matter, but the token should be medium, not large, and it counts as a monstrosity, not a beast. So would you say that it would do a con save? I'll leave it up to
I'll
you.
say no, and also with that, give it back the HP that it lost from the lightning bolt, because it would be small enough to avoid it at that point.
Hey, I will take that 18 points back.
And I guess, yeah, make the Constitution saving throw.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. It's
And get
monstrosities
those
are
18 points right back.
technically flesh and blood. So +2 becomes a 10.
10. It sadly fails at this point as your wolf begins to start pretty much twitching a little bit, as you'll notice begins to cough up blood a little bit. So with that will be its turn for the round. And actually, one attack. It has one more attack. Where should I go?
So wait, does it get failing the con save? Does it lose any health or?
It does not get any negative effects yet, but it's failed.
Okay. Did you roll a second time to hit the wolf or?
Yeah, I rolled it hit twice. So
okay, I didn't know if you were moving it. Okay, so 16
Yeah.
also gone. It is still standing.
It'll just yeah, it will hit it one more time.
Okay.
That's a 13 plus 8.
Ah, 13 T's it hits.
Sorry for the false hope.
14's a respectable AC at these levels.
This creature has a high hit. You guys nearly obliterated though in the first round of combat.
All right. Second, yeah, wolf is gone.
Okay, then at this point it is going to begin. Fuck that guy that hit it while it was down. It's gonna go towards you, Indrid.
It's not smart enough to hold a grudge.
We don't know that. It could be a xenomorph. Really weird xenomorph.
Really fucked up xenomorph.
Hello.
That will be its turn, as it only gets 3 attacks, sadly.
That's all.
Okay then. Rave.
Okay, so Rave with the hasted gets to go a little bit faster. So
he's failing on agility.
I don't
Really
have
get out
that
of here. Oh, that's not. Yeah.
Yeah, so he can get there with the first move. And yeah, I guess he'll use does he want to use it to dash?
Throw several rocks.
Yeah, I think he'll throw a rock. But so he's going to use his normal action to cast Mirror Image and make multiple images of himself.
Very nice.
Before he uses the hasted action to pick up a rock as he's moving on the way to throw it at the beast.
I mean, you can haste to dash if you want.
I know, but then it's like I don't do an attack. And it's like if I just run up there with like 4 of me going oogity doogity doogity doogity, I don't know if it's going to attack me or not. All right, sure, fine. I'll dash instead. I'll dash up here, and actually, you know what I'm going to do, since I've got I get like how much feet? Do I get 30 or 60 feet when I dash?
60.
Then I'll just make sure I'm doing the flank. If that, or do I need to be down here for the flank? Yeah, I've got enough movement to help. Oh wait, there is no flanking in this. It's just helpy helps.
Yeah, it's just additional points.
Okay, I'll just stand there then.
Okay then.
Yeah, and I just got lots of raves just kind of trying to taunt the shit out of it, going, hey, Indrid, you got this! Indrid, you got this! Bonus action, I'm going to inspire him.
Hey.
Oh, it's so nuts. When I was the fighter, I couldn't get any fucking buffs.
But now as the rogue, all of the buffs.
I gave you like healing spirit and stuff.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And with that, it's back up to Arlo.
As a ranger, what the hell could I buff with? I debuff. Ranger's debuff. Let's see. Arlo, seeing his wolf gone, And by the way, he is out of sorcery points. That was his entire. He blew the entire thing on its first turn.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you messed that thing up with knocking it prone, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Soaked up 3 full hits.
10, 15.
Even though it got up with just breaking its legs the other way.
Yeah.
And then we do it.
Not breaking if it doesn't have bones.
Yeah,
Arlo is going to go ahead and cast Tasha's Mind Whip on it. So an intelligence saving throw, DC 15. Not that damage. I roll my damage because, good God, that's abysmal.
Does Mind Whip require it to have a certain level of intelligence?
That is a good question.
That is something I think that is true. Let me see. One creature you can see within range. Target must make an intelligence save throw. Failed save. I mean, it worked on snakes, for God's sake. Successful save. Yeah, it has nothing. It has no limit of intelligence.
Well, then, even though it gets to roll twice against things like that, it fucking rolled a 6 twice. So yeah, it's affected.
All right. So it is going to take much better. 13 points of psychic damage.
Kidding.
And during its next round, it must choose to move, take an action, or a bonus action. I'm guessing it's going to attack.
That's probably a safe bet. And
I am then going to bonus action get some sorcery points back by giving up a spell slot, and that'll end my turn.
Okay. Okay. And then Reza, what are you doing? Wolfman.
I am going to move a little bit closer. Bonus action dash. Try and get as close as possible, but so far away. And then shoot it again. Not at disadvantage this time, so the left.
Well then. That won't hit.
An 18 won't hit?
Nope.
Damn.
What?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn as well.
Given. Then Sinopa. At this point, considering it's a lot closer now, she is going to move to right about here. That should be close enough. Hopefully it's close enough. I don't know how she feels about it. Yeah, that's close enough. And she's going to use her other spell at this point. As I need this thing to make a saving throw. And it's magic, so it's advantage. I'm rolling shit tonight, guys. All my rolls are coming out fucking to get me.
Just do it for the enemy.
Shit for the attack or shit for the save?
Save.
Shit for just everything. Attacks were doing good, but this thing has fucking attack modifier from hell.
Well,
But yeah, it
You
failed.
made it.
I know. It failed. Failed its save. So yeah, it's gonna take a slash roll. Bam. It's gonna take that as she takes out another bone, cracks it, and you see this shadowy owl appear as that crashes into it, causing it to get a little bit disheveled. And that's all she can do with her turn. Indrid,
Yes, God.
what are you doing? It's your turn.
A stab. That was the wrong dice. That was a D12.
That misses.
What did you roll? Something bad, hopefully? Yeah, let's go with that.
You get a +2 for Arabian there? Is that it?
2 for Rave being there, and then plus 8. 17.
That will not hit at the moment.
Okay, so that was my hasted action. For my main action, I'm
At
going
the
to
moment.
attempt to stab it again. Does a 22 hit?
That will hit.
Fantastic. And I will get sneak attack.
Now Mai's right next to it at this point.
Yep. So for the rapier, it is 8 points of piercing. Sneak attack is an additional 10.
Okay then, how do you want to do this?
Okay.
I would love to leap upon its back, cut off all of its legs with a flourish of the rapier, and then sever its head as it collapses into the ground.
Okay, then.
Having a little
should-
bleed through there.
I should note how this creature's body is. It's not like a spider. It doesn't have an It's pretty much
Like a crab.
only the. Yeah, it's like a crab. It's only a single-
Body and legs.
Yeah,
Then
body
I'll
and legs.
rapidly stab the face until it's dead once it has no legs.
Okay, then. Good job. Now then, give me a dexterity saving throw. Rave, Indrid, and actually,
Since I have,
Well.
I was gonna run away anyways. I have my bonus action. Would I be able to phase step away from this thing?
this is just as it dies, it happens.
Okay.
You do have advantage because of the haste.
Yep.
Am I clear?
You are luckily clear, as its blast radius is sadly not that big.
22.
22. So you both pass luckily, as this thing pretty much, as you begin stabbing into it, as it pretty much pops. Which, luckily enough, you don't get attacked by any of the shrapnel, though you begin to see something that is a bit unnerving, as the air in this area is starting to be filled up with that same yellowish pollen that you saw earlier, as it's just beginning to fall to the ground at this point. And you also both are
Run
covered in
away.
it slightly. So then,
I leap into the
I will need everybody in 40-foot radius at this point.
Oh.
Good
Make it
placement, Rez.
Yeah. To make a Constitution saving throw.
21.
Hey.
God, that's a 19 again. I rolled two
Rolling
19s.
hot tonight.
19.
19.
19.
Well, it's just 21, but you know.
13.
13. Okay then, and then
Cinnapaw.
Cinnapaw. That's a 5. Okay then.
No.
So both Inidrid and Cinnapaw fail at this point, as you kind of suck in the fumes slightly for the pollen. Though no notable effect at the moment.
Not Cinnabon.
Yeah, I know, right?
What about your party member?
Yeah, fuck me,
Oh
right?
yeah, not Andreas.
Okay then, but you defeated the creature at this point, letting you all out of turn order.
Is that pollen sitting on the ground?
It is sitting on the ground actually in the
I'm going
area.
to start burning it, just like.
Yeah, Rave will just go and do his hasted action, going, water! Still fast and moving quick.
Not breathing in any of the smoke, just like making sure none of that spreads anywhere.
Mhm. This just begins starting to burn everything, just
Snow around, it'll be fine.
yeah. But at this point, everything begins to settle. Indrid, how are you reacting to this incident?
What incident? Me breathing in spores?
Yeah, you fine with it?
I'm totally hiding that from everyone. I'm not gonna tell anyone.
You're the guy who gets bit by a zombie, doesn't
Yeah,
say
totally, absolutely.
I want to bring everybody down with me at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm okay, everyone. I'm okay. I think I didn't do anything bad. I'm pretty good. Oh, this is great. I love this spell. It's really happy. I think I'm really... Oh!
Like a couple days later, like he looks all drowsy and like he's starting to turn gray. It's like, I'm good, guys. A bit tired. You know, that alcohol, it's getting to me.
Indrid, you're looking a little more blue?
It's just
Yeah, then.
changing of the seasons, mate.
Curse.
The curse is getting worse.
Yeah, then.
Okay.
While I can, I'll offer Arlo a ride as a bear. Because why not?
Yeah, the creature has been taken care of at this point.
Do you know what that is?
It's dead, whatever it was.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
No, I have no clue at all.
Do the
That's
spirits know?
Spirits aren't upset with it, so it's not unnatural, but it's definitely not of the type
But
of wilderness.
It's also
You
not
said it was unnatural.
known. We saw, as we said, that body we found weeks ago.
Right, mate. Parasitic plant that creates tree crabs. Got it.
Is it a Arlo is gonna skirt around like the pollen place, but he's gonna go examine where it was on the tree, like see if it maybe made like a little burrow, like I don't know, a little sucker or something.
At this moment, you don't really notice anything. Considering the trail and everything, you guys, from what you believe, you probably got there right as it was setting up on the tree. Actually, if you took a little bit longer deciding, it might have been able to get some sort of sneak attack on you. Or ambush of sorts.
Like camouflage as part of the tree.
Mm-hmm. When you guys were approaching it, it was starting to turn the shade a bit, but it was taking time to do so.
I thought you said the tree was turning to its color. That I
No.
must have misheard. I thought it was turning a giant crystal tree. I'm like, oh no.
That would be terrifying. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wow. Arlo, do you still have some of them vials?
I have two.
Perhaps we should take some with us.
Arlo will. Right.
To find out what it is.
The person who's lived here seems not only at home with nature, but with things beyond nature and spirit stuff, has no clue.
Someone outside might.
Oh! Do you want me to ask Mr. E?
We are outside, mate.
I mean,
I could ask Mr. E. I bet Mr. E knows all this shit.
Well, you're asking your mysterious benefactor. I'll ask mine. Well, do you know what this is?
Go, Spaz, go.
You just look at Wobbles and he looks back at you. The fuck do I look like?
I think
Mysterious spirit from another realm.
I bet you this body could be.
Does that look like a fucking mysterious spirit? Hmm? Nah, that's some fucking weird crab thing that crawled out of the ocean.
Yeah, mate. It crawled out of a bowl, mate.
Why don't you collect some of the spores? I'm gonna hack off some of its tips there, and the exoskeleton.
I don't think it could have crawled out of the ocean if it has spores.
I mean,
Biologically
kelp
speaking.
makes it.
Do I
Kelp
look like
makes
some-
it work.
Do I look like some sort of fucking scientist to you? Magician, alchemist, whatever the fuck you want to call it? No, I'm a bird.
You need to teach your chicken there some respect, mate.
That's awesome.
Arlo will do a quick Manu Auxilium, and conjure Mage Hand and collect, using the vial, some of the spores from 30 feet away.
Yeah, you kind of just scoop up some of the spores.
Rave's gonna make an unseen. So he's gonna quickly cast an unseen servant at first level and have it go off and break off a tip of the leg, basically.
So as your servant will not be able to break it, I'll tell you that much. Though it will be able to drag one of the severed legs with it.
Sure. Drag me the leg. Bring it over here. Wash it in the river. Okay, good.
While they're doing that, I want to ask the tree what just happened.
There was this crab thing, man.
Hold on, I'm looking at Speak It with Plants again to see how much information he can give you.
Sure.
From what I've seen, it's pretty much like DM interpretive.
Yeah.
Tree,
You're
super
just
sentient.
gonna talk to the tree and it's gonna be I don't know. It's just there, crawled up onto me and just sitting there, all weird like.
It didn't hurt or anything?
Nah, it was just sitting there.
It was just trying to hide.
Some might say it was being a tree hugger.
I've been called that too. Listen, while I got you here, anything else been happening around these parts? Seen any other people walking by?
Yeah, my buddy Frank fell down like a week ago.
Son of a bitch.
You just look over to the
Poor
left,
guy.
and you just see a tree just that collapsed.
Can I just speak to all plants in a radius within 30 feet of me? Frank, you all right over there?
Nah, Frank's dead.
Oh, dang. I'm sorry for your
You
loss,
just-
friend.
You just see like a large tree that's uprooted and it just fell on its side.
Is it dead though? Trees take a while to die.
Depends on how long.
do.
Yeah.
Is it completely dead?
I would say it's not completely dead, but like it's
Is it like in agony right now? Like
Yeah.
losing all its more. Oh, God.
I mean, I could hypothetically fix it, but I don't know. What
so.
you're
Here's the
doing.
thing: trees do scream. So I'm
Do
just-
they?
Tree no. So this is actually true. Trees scream when you chop them down.
Yeah, and grass actually screams too to warn other grass.
What?
Grass
talking-
screams when you mow it.
Are you talking about pheromones or?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's not the same as.
it's just it's funny, but
Yeah, that's
you know.
where all
Not
the
communications. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a type of communication. It effectively screams to the other plants that shit's coming for it,
Yeah.
which is sad because they can't do shit against it.
Yeah, why is that a thing? Oh God, something's coming. We're a plant, bro.
What the fuck am I gonna do about it? Sit here?
Now I just have plant dread because you told me it's coming.
Yeah, but so you just like hear like this subtle like screaming in the background from Frank.
I mean, it's just giving everyone PTSD, plant traumatic stress disorder.
Oh God, plants.
I'm sorry to hear about your
It
friend.
must suck being a plant.
I mean, no nervous system.
Seeing that tree, is it getting dark?
The tree the spider was on? Nah.
No, the tree that's fallen over. Is it getting dark?
It hasn't fallen that long ago, so it's
No, like the time of day. Is it becoming nighttime?
no.
Are you suggesting we chop
It's not
up
yet.
Frank and use him for firewood?
I was gonna do that if it was getting dark.
It's about like 3 p.m. at the moment. It's not super late, but it's meh at the moment.
Anyway,
It's right there.
suffering.
What's your thoughts on that, friend? If we were to use maybe Frank to help, keep the night sky lit for a little bit, keep us warm. Is that weird?
Are we
You get, like-
staying here?
You get like a shrug.
I'm just
from the
curious
tree,
at
like,
this point.
Frank's already dead. He's just sitting over there, man. He just
Guys, he said he doesn't care.
I immediately druidcraft to create a small bonfire, which is something I can apparently do. Just in the
I'm not
boughs
right
of the
there.
tree, and I'm just gonna walk up to it and just start warming myself up and drying myself off from my swim.
Oh, you guys are wet.
True that. All right, well,
poor tree.
yeah, it's been interesting. For the record, we may have just saved your life. That thing was fixing to do something nasty.
Oh man, thanks then.
Yeah.
No, I can't really do a whole lot with all these branches and shit. They're just there.
It's a nice, peaceful life.
Poor
get a
terrible
treat.
prison.
You get a shrug from the tree.
All right. Oh,
You just hear screaming and yelling that I'm on fire in the background.
and drop concentration.
Yep.
Save me!
Just cut off.
All right, mates, group up. Take a little breather.
Well, I'm ready to call in Gamma. Gamma! Gamma! Yo, Gamma, Gamma!
You get no response.
Gamma! You should
I think,
remember
your
this.
trial, I think your trial period ended, my man.
Did it? Oh, well. Wait, hold on. I'll test the mask. I've been testing the mask this whole. Does it stick anymore?
The mask does stick.
Okay. Well, mask still works. Weird. Gamma. Ooh.
No response.
Say it with the mask on.
Gamma.
Say it with your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. You don't see that odd shadowy figure anywhere.
Well, this is weird.
Have we seen him since we've entered the wood?
I don't know. I never called him since then. But hey, guess what? My contract is null and void. He said he would come every time I'd call him. He has not called him. Therefore, he has broken the deal.
Right.
I
Well,
thought
I guess
that
it
would
really
work.
wasn't so far not that bad of a deal.
I thought that would work. I really thought that would throw him out. Oh,
Good
to
luck
settle
with that,
on.
mate.
well. Okay, well, I guess just keep the legs for later. Want to put him in the back?
I really am concerned this thing exploded, and we're taking pieces of it with us.
Right, I'm not 100% about that either, mates.
Still don't know what it is, where it came from, or
It
what
came
its
from the
objectives
giant
are.
monster. Its objective was to kill us.
No. Where it come from before that?
That's
Before that, what's his
that's
intent?
some heavy philosophical stuff, mate.
It's not supposed to be here, but it is. Why?
Cinnabon, you're familiar with whatever that bow thing was, yes?
For
Do
the
they
most
have
part.
Yeah.
Do they have a certain territory or habitat of this particular region?
For the most part, from what I know of those creatures, they usually keep to themselves for most of the year. Until in wandering the Titan wilderness until springtime occurs where they begin to mate with one another. They're not very territorial and they usually wander randomly.
Right, aren't we supposed to be warning your clan, mate? Do we really have time to be investigating spooky creatures in the wood?
No, now's about the time we get the river stopped so we can cross.
All right. Well,
I was kind of hoping to learn a little more from this, but seems a dead end.
On the way back, maybe.
so looking at the vial, which is still being held by a mage hand, I really don't feel comfortable bringing this with me.
Not even in the bag.
But what if it get in the bag where we keep all of our stuff, including our food?
Right,
the
what if it
magic
gets
bag.
out, mate?
It's just a leg. Does it?
It's a
Not the
magic
leg,
bag.
The vial of.
I'm not feeling so
Doors.
hot on the leg either. I mean, I can always do, and he does just a minor illusion of the creature to show people what it is and such. I mean, unless you're planning to do some sort of, I don't know, what would you even call it? Apology with the remains, which, as far as I know, none of us know how to do.
Worried that it might spread further in the wilderness.
Well, it's come out of, that, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking it was going to spread further among us, as we've seen it come out of a humanoid and clearly a much more powerful creature than ourselves before as well.
I wanted to give it to the tribe, so they were at least warned of what's in the woods.
What's wrong with words?
Physical proof can be more persuading and helpful.
Physical, that could also infect the entire tribe, for all we know.
If
If you're uncomfortable, we can leave it.
There are some much more powerful druids there than myself that may know a little more about this. Whether or not having something physical there to offer them would help or not, I don't know.
did Arlo
Well-
freeze?
If we're
Maybe.
your silence says you agree. We'll take it.
I think Arlo's frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
But yeah,
I'm
but
alright with leaving it.
essentially, the thought process is with magic, you can usually use
Having something there.
to identify better. But
Yeah.
welcome back.
Kevin.
So Arlo will
Hey.
leave behind the vial and add it to the burning pile of whatever's left, include
Oi,
the vial,
mate.
vial included.
You remember that lad we found in the woods who had spikes growing out of his chest?
Yeah.
Yeah, mates, I'm not feeling too hot right now.
Oh shit! You actually told us.
I'm gonna reach into the bag and walk over and throw that mage thing on you and see if I can clamp you up.
Okay, then.
The mage
Do you-
catcher.
Do you resist Indrid, the
Yeah.
mage catcher? Roll a
Fuck
dex
off.
save.
Fuck off, he says.
Just precautions.
19.
19. You pass as you just jump out of the way as it
Oi!
pretty much it slams into your chest and you just see it like begin to clamp down on you as you just jump backwards, just out of the way as it begins just clamps onto itself.
Doing my Doctor Strange shit like, everybody back the fuck up.
Are you still yourself?
Yes, I'm still myself, mate. My chest hurts.
I looked to see because I saw my dog start twitching. Does he have any twitches? To
I'm
him?
assuming when your dog dies, it just withers away into like shadows again.
It does, but I saw. I mean, I this is kind of just me, kind of speculating. But I imagine I would feel a connection to it on some level.
You would have noticed while the dog was still alive, it began feeling extreme pain coming from its insides. Wouldn't have gotten any more information besides that, though. From me.
I have an idea. I'm gonna wait for the next spike of pain, focus in on that, and then cast Hellish Rebuke. And try to burn it out of my own body.
What kind of damage is that?
Fire.
Which I'm
They are
resistant to.
resistant,
Resistant, not immune.
not proof.
Also, I feel like that says that you have to do it to a creature, right?
Well,
It is a creature. Yes.
it's a creature inside me.
Parasite would count.
I
If
guess.
it's a cre-
Now the question is if it's a parasite or an infection.
We've
Well, if
we've
we've
established that
it's
it,
going to turn into something.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like saying an egg isn't a creature.
Okay then. Well, time passes and everything goes well at this point. I'm assuming you all are moving back towards the cabin at this point.
Well, I mean,
Is it on the way, or can we just have her part the waters and head our way on?
yeah, I mean, just part it wherever, I guess. It's
You can do that. It's easier for her if she just walks back to her house, which is right next to the river, and just do it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's gonna make it convenient for you guys, but she's also gonna make it convenient for herself.
Yeah.
Still saves us some time, sir.
I'll ask everybody else if anyone's feeling odd.
No, I didn't even get within 50 feet of the thing.
I'm fine. I didn't get close to the thing either.
Do I have to quarantine for 2 weeks, mate?
I don't think so. I feel fine. I didn't get any of that shit on in my mouth or anything, right? You too.
Don't worry, you'll be dead by then.
No, mate, you're a close contact exposure. You got to quarantine with me.
No, just one better. Just to be on the safe side, you take the after pill and all that kind of. I'll do lesser restoration on myself, just to be safe. See,
I think we're talking about 2 different diseases here, man.
I'm pure. I'm good. I'm clean. Outside of me.
I'll offer to do a lesser restoration to Indrid too, if you like. Don't know if it'll help, but it couldn't hurt.
Fuck yeah, mate.
Okay then.
What, did you think you got something?
Well, he said
Well, mate, I saw like a corkscrew mushroom thing come out of a man's chest, and then I just fought a thing that erupted out of another thing's chest, and now I'm feeling pain in my chest.
So then,
So,
Vin casts lesser restoration, but the pain does not dissipate.
Oh,
Mate,
there's
you're
still
gonna-
pain.
we're gonna have to cut it out, mate.
operate.
You're gonna need to get into my lungs and just cut it right out. Take out the lung itself. I don't need it. Nope.
I'm serious,
Yes,
man.
resurrection. We can cut his hand off and then just kill him, and then burn the body, and then bring him.
I think I still need a body to do that.
A burn body.
I think you need just a piece of the body, actually.
It's a
For
creature that died
Or
within the last
reincarnate.
minute. Revivify.
oh, I thought you were
No,
talking.
you
like,
need the body for revivify.
Yeah.
I
That's what I'm looking
heard.
at.
I heard.
I said resurrect.
Reincarnate.
Yeah, I heard
Well,
resurrection.
Yeah, I
Hold
don't
on.
get that for another couple levels.
If I
10
die,
or so.
if I die, what if it like flees the body like parasites when you kill like a deer or a boar or something like that in the
Rats
woods?
on a boat.
You know, I could make it so you're basically dead, but not actually dead.
Mostly dead.
Mostly dead.
Feigned death. Think that would work? Could experiment as the days go by with all these random spells that I've never cast. Shit.
Mate, I'm not super keen on having something burst out of my chest, so I would like
Worth a
for us
shot.
to figure out something here.
It honestly seems pretty bad.
Can I use Druidcraft to wilt the parasite within my own body?
No.
Nice try.
They might have something to be able to get the bug out of you. I'm not sure though.
I could do a thorn whip and then we'll go in through the mouth.
A serrated vine is not something that should go down someone's throat.
I hear that lots of living things don't like alcohol. Maybe you should just drink a lot.
Wasted.
But unless it's a fungus, and that makes it maybe a yeast.
Oh shit!
You're gonna turn into a bread.
And it rises.
Right.
But Sinopo, you said that you maybe had an idea of something you could try.
They have a few plants back at my place that have curing properties. I don't know if they'll work on this, but
I must say, I really appreciate that you're putting your bias aside for his
Insight
sake.
check.
She just kills him.
Oh, it was the infection.
Can't prove it wasn't.
13.
she seems to be honest.
So see, she's not so bad.
I don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice.
Not.
I don't know why I'm debating it. Like I really don't have a choice here.
But worse things worse, though. At least, I mean, if you can't get it out now, we could always get it out later, right?
But I think it
How?
makes its own way out later.
Right.
I mean, how much time do we got?
Well, Sinopos said that the boar appeared to be dead for a week before whatever it was came out.
Right. She also said that she has some plants at her house that might stop this. So
No,
let's walk and talk.
walking,
man.
Oh no, here's the plants. No.
You did mention that they saw another corpse with a similar thing. How long was that one dead for?
I don't think we
Couple
checked.
days.
It looked fairly fresh.
You guys did check.
I think it was
Yeah.
it was a couple of days worth, if I remember correctly.
I think it was pretty fresh, like at least within a week.
Oh, definitely less than a week. I would say maybe a day or two.
So we know that it begins protruding out as soon as death, or potentially during the process. So I guess we shouldn't waste time since we don't know how long it will take you to die.
I will try and face step and hopefully leave it behind.
Ooh. That's pretty tricky.
I will say that will not work, sadly. It's a good idea since you can't teleport with another creature, but this is not classified as another creature.
Yet. Maybe if you wait until the infection takes
Yeah.
hold.
Wait until the very last second.
Wait as it's coming out of your chest and then teleport.
It is the last second C-section.
Covering all our bases here, people.
Okay, then so you're all making your way back to the cabin. It takes you
Yeah.
about an hour. At this point, Indrid, give me another Constitution saving throw.
One more thing. What if I was to turn you into vapor
Mhm.
and then have you reform somewhere else?
Oh no, what do you get, Dylan?
Are we doing like the transporter like kind of science?
You're on mute if you're talking.
I got a 12 for my costume.
Okay.
Okay, then the piercing pain continues, and at this point, take 4 damage.
It's begun.
Are you okay? You're kind of buckled over there.
Yeah, that was actually my Dark One's gift help still.
The demon inside of you's fighting it away.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, boss, we're running out of time here. It's coming. Fuck.
Mate, it's getting a little worse. If we could hurry up this process.
Well, gladly. It hasn't eaten into your 8 hit points.
Use that potion of fire breathing. Maybe that'll burn it out.
I actually do. Arlo does have one.
Yeah.
Just suck it in.
I don't think that's gonna work, mate. Yeah, do I like vape it?
That could work.
Okay, then. At this point, you make it back to the cabin.
Start a
And-
great new way, vaping potions. That's how you
Vaping potion.
Straight into the bloodstream.
Hold on, guys. Wait, I need to get my potion down.
1 hour later.
Okay, then. So you eventually make it back to the cabin at this point. Cineppa actually will collect a few. No, actually, she'll have what's needed inside.
Is she also in pain?
Huh?
Didn't she also fail?
You don't notice her wincing or anything like that to it.
Yeah, good for her.
See, she's
Good
the
on.
one. She's the one who's gonna get everyone killed, not me.
Okay. And as the yeah, she'll just have all of you wait outside at this point. As pretty much she'll gather a few things and make a few things, and then she'll eventually come back outside.
You doing okay, Android?
Oh, I'm in pain, mate. There's a spike growing through me.
Oh, well, looks like she's done.
My father's gonna be so angry.
As you see her coming back out, she actually has a pipe in her mouth as she's actually smoking from it right now. Then she's just walking over to the rest of you. She just takes the pipe out of her mouth and hands it to you, Indrid.
Yeah, I'm dying. Fuck that. Take it, hit it.
Okay. Take it in. And I need to make a save for the parasite. That's a fail. Okay then. The pain does not stop, but it does not get worse.
Right.
So, how are you doing?
I will relay that information to her.
That's good. You're not dying anymore. There's probably, still, tearing in your lungs, but that shouldn't be problematic. I would suggest pass the pipe to everyone.
Pass to the left.
Arlo reaches up and then just starts
Is it like
dying,
a fucking
coughing.
Gandalf pipe for him?
Pretty much is, honestly.
Yeah.
And one by one, each one of you takes a puff off the pipe. I assume. Is anybody refusing?
No, I got it.
Puff, puff, pass.
It's
man.
good.
It's the peace of mind pipe, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Can't hurt. I'll go last and I'll just inhale whatever's left of what's in there.
Pipes.
Just take a lungful for you. The pipe is just fucking gone.
Eat the pipe.
Oh, the pipe goes in the mouth.
But yeah,
Sucked up
Pretty
the
much
straw
just
too
been-
hard.
spend the next little while smoking on the pipe. Pretty much hoping that it takes care of everything. Now then, considering you breathe in the parasites and everything like that, I'm assuming it's a parasite. It could be something else, honestly, but considering that's done, they should kill it off. Now then, I suggest none of you try to cross that river right now, though.
Why?
Because the herbs that I used for that were slightly poisonous, so at the very least they'll do to you is probably make you dreary.
Oh,
I
weird.
vomit.
I don't
I
kind of
vomit.
like that, so I'm gonna just get rid of the poison. Just take it, and I'm gonna lesser restoration myself.
my god.
Okay, you do that.
You suggest maybe we camp out here for the night?
That would probably be the best thing. To rest, let it get through your system. Make sure it kills off anything inside those lungs of yours.
Right, so I'm gonna stay inside my bubble. Y'all can stay in the hut. In that cottage.
Actually, mates, I can't join you in the cottage, so I'm just gonna pitch a tent outside.
Wait, what?
Just like him.
But she was... You can let him in, right? He's okay.
No, mate, I physically cannot.
Also, I don't think I invited any of you inside the cottage. I just said it's a good idea to rest out here.
Awfully presumptuous of you lot.
Not to sound rude, but that is my home over there, and you're a bunch of strangers.
Hey, we just went through a big ordeal with each other. Trust!
To be fair, I'd rather stay in the tiny hut. Much more secure and safe.
Yeah, but I mean...
Earth happening. Yeah.
If one of you start spore exploding, I don't want to be in there.
Spore exploding.
Andrew just pops in there, everybody's stuck in there, just trying to get out as they just die.
That's
I have my
how
own,
it works.
Yeah, I have my own tent, so I'll just go off, pitch my tent, form a little fire, and get some wine and hang out. Smoking this thing until I pass the fuck out.
Would you at least allow them to stay in your garden, since it's quite warm around the walls?
Rave, that's kind, but I think we'll be quite alright. We've been doing this already for the last week or 3.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Fine. We just took care of a crazy creature
Well,
that could have come
I've
at your
been-
home at any time and done something worse, you know.
I thank you for that, but I remember our agreement being that I would part the river for you.
I just thought we had hospitality, that's all. We're fine. Either way. I was going to offer you a great, delicious dessert, but no. Apparently we aren't hospitable to each other.
Seems like it, as she just begins walking back to her cabin.
Before you go, I had a quick question. All of those... I'll just kind of maybe walk with her if she's cool with it, but all those plants that you've got around your house, they're fascinating. Could you tell me a little more about them?
What do you want to know about them?
Any properties, I guess. A lot of those, I've spent all my life in the woods here and have not seen any of them or anything quite like them.
There's a few of them that are notable, and some of them are just simple remedies, like that one over there. Olathorn. She points at a bush with what seems to be an assortment of red-looking berries all over it. Pretty much crush up the berries, brew them into a water of sorts, or whatever the hell you want to. I know some people mix it into alcohol at times, and it usually staves off the cold, or at least the feeling of getting cold. There's also that one over there. She points at another bush as it seems a bit off, as you can see what looks to be a very nice bush with very large yellow flowers all over it. Pretty much once the flowers actually bloom, like right now, you could harvest them and then you grind them up and it makes something that most people usually smoke, but also at times used for cooking and sorts, as it has a very sweet, naturally buttery flavor to it.
How about that strange looking mushroom over there? That one caught my eye.
That one over there is a bit rare. I got that from a traveler a while back ago, and it's useful. Pretty much if you cut off the head of the mushroom, you could pretty much slice it into pieces, and each piece effectively works as a very effective bandage for wounds. It also has natural properties for healing as well. The only problem is it only grows during the summer, late summer.
That's good to know. Thanks for that. And maybe I'll reach in and offer her a bottle of wine from the bag, just for all the help that she gave.
Thank you.
And head back.
And unless anybody else wants to speak with her, she's gonna head back into her cabin and sleep.
Yeah.
Not here.
Get them. Oh. Anything else you're all doing before you decide to take the night off?
No, just enjoying it. Play
Enjoying being able to
deliciousness.
bubble away from everybody else?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just like nice tent, lush pillows, silk, and then I have my delicious plate of nom noms, so I'm happy.
Arlo at one point during the night is going to wander over to Indrid's tent.
It should make me Constitution saving throw.
Seven.
Okay, so you go over to Indrid's tent at this point, and you just hear loud snoring.
Oh wait, hold up. I think I actually have better constitution than I have wisdom. Yes, I do. 9.
It still affects you, sadly. You just see him with he's kind of sitting up on a couple pillows that he has, and he just has the pipe that he was given with the pretty much medication inside of it in one hand that's still slightly burning, and he's just kind of doze off there, smoking it.
Manoxilium. And the mage hand will go and take the pipe gently from his grip. And Darla will turn and return the pipe just on the front porch of the cottage. Does the mage hand stop when it tries to pass over the wall?
No.
Okay. Yeah. And then Arlo will just return to the bubble and go to sleep.
Okay then. And with that, the night passes by, and wait.
Nothing much, but I'm actually, if I have the time, I'm gonna spend some actual time and do a long cast of
8 hours. Oh my god!
And make this garden grow like motherfucking crazy.
Oh jeez.
Okay then, yeah, that will work. So everything has pretty much doubled in size, or have a very that yields twice the amount food and harvest.
Yeah,
so yeah, it doesn't make
if
it.
and when the time comes, this was more of a selfless thing to help her out than it was to try and get anything from it.
It just pretty much enriches all the plants, so it just makes them. So yeah, you pretty much improve the landscape all around you, as half a mile radius. It's a big radius.
Yeah.
The plants.
It doesn't make the fucking fungus inside me grow, does it?
Sadly, no. That would be fun.
Vin is the one who actually kills him in the end.
Chuck that up.
Overnight.
As soon as the spell completes, there's just a bursting.
Screaming from the tent.
Hold on.
At least it matches your skin.
Hold on.
No, hold on. What are you talking about? Hold on.
I want to roll to see what would happen. I'm going to be honest.
You know what would happen. I would die.
So awesome.
Okay, a 6 and a 3. Nothing happens, luckily. Just rolled high, you just jump started the dying parasite inside of him, and it just doubles in size.
It's
How did Indrid die? Well, you see, the druid decided to do a good deed.
And no good deed goes unpunished.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
So, the night passes by uneventfully. Indrid, you're still luckily in one piece and have your chest to yourself. Though the pipe is gone. You think that chick stole it from you?
Or
The woman that saved your life.
It was her pipe to begin with.
I'm evil.
Anything else you're doing it, or any of you doing anything special this morning, or pretty much usual routine, getting breakfast, collecting what food you can, eating up what food you already have, and then meeting up with Sinapa?
Yeah, she's got to get us across the river.
Yep.
Mhm.
Get them. And with that,
Poke ribs and see if
wait, what?
nothing.
No. Yeah. Okay. So, you begin pretty much all gathering up at this point. Sinapa hasn't come out. Assuming she's probably doing a few things or probably wakes up late. Who knows? But eventually she does come out around 9-ish in the morning.
I'm up.
So then, are all of you ready? This won't last super long, so hope you
Be
are.
hasty.
Should be fine. Wait, I mean, how long do we have to, like, book it? Like, because if that's so, Arlo might need to be carried, because he's not that fast.
It's fair.
Pretty
Yeah.
much what I mean is all of you should begin moving through it at the same time. If anybody goes through it late or anything like that, the river might carry you across.
Oh, okay, so it's not like a full part all the way across, it's more like we make a bubble across.
No, it is a full part, it just doesn't last for very long.
Okay, well, alright, let's just
Right.
ready to go then. Alright.
We have the horses and stuff too. Are they gonna make it across in time?
Yeah, it's going to be a large enough space. So effectively, if you guys get on your horses and ride them across, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay then. Anything else, or all of you ready?
Just as a last heads up, if you happen to come across a hairless cat or a Rougarou named Boris, be on your guard.
Good to know. I will do so.
And thank you.
And with that, she will take the bone, and she will take out her dagger and cut herself across the hand. Do a similar meditation to what Rezo did earlier yesterday. And then pretty much as that happens, she crushes the bone, and you can see what looks to be a large shadowy creature appear. How many of you would know what this is? All of you have heard stories. As you can see, with this creature that seems very reminiscent to the stories of a dragon come and stops the river for just a second for you guys to pass by, as it just holds it with its large wings.
That's amazing.
This is really amazing to look at. I'm watching it as we're running.
It is impressive.
That's something you see every day, that's for sure.
Just some witch lady just, stop a river with a dragon spirit. And as you all cross the river, a few seconds later, the dragon disappears and the river continues flowing as a large crash hits down as the river just continues out.
Well, so next time, Vinny, I'm sure you'll have the walking on the water thing, right?
Oh, yeah, I didn't prepare that today, assuming that this was going to go well. Works out.
Well, there's more rivers to cross, aren't there?
Yeah, this is the biggest one in the anywhere near the vicinity, so we should be okay.
Okay. All right, well, off we go. Already lost a day. Well, technically we'll gain a few days with your guide, right, Rosso?
Correct. Couple of weeks.
Well, go lead on.
How does following my little doggo work?
You're muted.
Okay then, I should be back now. Am
Yes,
I back?
yes.
I should be.
Yes.
Okay then,
Well,
so
fine.
effectively, effectively how it works is this wolf will give you the path or the best path to the location that you know of, that you've already visited. Pretty much what you have to do is follow the wolf. It will give you the best path. Now, it won't help you avoid certain creatures and such, and plus, if you need to stop, it will follow you and then get you back on track. And upon making it to the destination, the spirit will dissipate and return back from where it came.
All right.
This is kind of a play on the find the path spell.
Something similar.
That's cool.
But with that, you all begin traveling once again through the Titan wilderness. A bit quicker, and also able to avoid creatures a lot more easier, since most of the path that you don't know about, or at least this fastest path, seems to avoid most animals, as sometimes you guys can run across nestings and things of that sort, but you guys continue moving forward into the forest. For the next week, who wants to roll that D20?
During that time, if available, I will once a day-ish cast locate plants to keep an eye out for that one that she was looking for. Harvest it if I can.
The blue-leafed bush.
Given, and she did give you the name of it. So, what's the
Name and description? It's I just put it.
Okay, plant 5 miles. So pretty much what I will do. How many times can you cast that a day?
Well, I can cast it 6 times a day technically, assuming we don't do anything else. But
This is going through those weeks. So how about this? First, whoever's going to roll me the week event, somebody do that first, and then mattering what the week event is, then I'll tell you how many times you can roll that, or if you just automatically find it, because if somebody rolls a nothing week, then I will just give you what you want, hopefully.
all right, who's rolling?
I rolled last time.
So
I feel like I already rolled too.
Connor's rolled, AJ's rolled, and Dylan has rolled, if I'm correct. So that would leave Rezo and Vin to roll.
Do you want to go or shall I?
Well, I'll go ahead and do it. What am I rolling? A d20?
Yep.
Okay, that's a 3.
Kevin. Okay, so as you're traveling through the Titan wilderness, besides winter creeping in even faster at this point, as the last month of fall nearly comes to a close as you're traveling this week. Luckily, not much happens, as many of the creatures that would be giving you a problem are beginning to get ready for hibernation, and other creatures at that point are scavenging what they can, so they at least have a bit of a fat reserve before things get too cold. But luckily, nothing happens this week.
Go team.
Divine
I mean, I'm
up
able
the
to find
wazoo.
my. Am I able to find my pods?
So what I'm going to have you do for that is roll me a d20 first.
16.
16. Okay, then. So you do find one within that week of tracking and using your magic, even though this is a rare plant and plus it's out of season.
Mhm.
And roll me a d4.
I do not have a d4. 1.
Okay, then. You're only able to find one of these plants throughout an entire week of tracking. So.
Okay. Is that about what she was expecting? Can I gather, or should I keep looking throughout the?
She said it was a plant that pretty much, for the most part, is a summertime plant. So it would be unlikely at this point of the year to actually find one, but it's still a possibility to find that one plant that survived that long.
Okay. So this is actually a pretty good find, I guess.
Yep.
Should I just call this a gray pod with black dots?
I gave you the plant name, I thought, but give me
I
a
don't think I
second.
caught it.
It is a darkberry bush.
I'm gonna put that in the bag of holding, actually.
Well, first off, I'll need you to roll me a survival or nature check to see if you can harvest it properly, as it did seem like it was a bit particular.
Remember, don't touch
24.
the red leaves.
Oh yeah, I got to check for the red underneath, I guess. Good
Luckily,
call,
it's
Red. So
not.
I'm glad somebody was paying attention.
As Vin just goes like, "Oh, look, it's the plant," and just like grabs it by like the leaf, and like Rezo, you're just like, "Wait,
Wait.
red leaf."
Blue flower,
As
red
it-
thorn. Blue flower, red thorn. Oh, it's easy if I wasn't colorblind.
But you pretty much checked leaves. They're all a very nice blue at the moment. And with that roll, you pretty much gently pull up the plant as you pretty much have what looks to be about 7 pods.
Gotcha. All right.
And with that, the last encounter roll.
Guess it's a
Will
Rezo.
that be a D20? Or...
Just roll me a d20 and see what you guys get. Hope you get low.
8. Pretty low.
Not
I mean-
low enough, though.
Oh.
Okay, then. So, as you're traveling through the forest at this point, things are a bit quiet. An unnerving sense comes across all of you as you all hear something pretty much cry across the land. As you hear this screeching noise come across from above you. Roll me a perception check.
I was gonna say screechy bird, screechy.
All of us.
Yeah. Anybody that's interested.
Anyone who
no,
looks
for
up.
these. 23.
Ugh.
Another net.
Oh, hey, good job.
18.
Nice.
Was that okay, everybody's rolling pretty good. And what did you get, Indra?
15.
15. Okay then, so at this point, you all pretty much see it, along with hearing it in time, as you can see what looks to be this extremely large bird fly overhead, as its wings, as it's flapping by, actually slightly move the trees back and forth.
That's a big
As you
bird.
can see this, yeah. Now then, Rezo and Vin, you would both know what this bird is. It's a rock.
Yeah.
They are extremely rare and they usually nest within the Dragon Peak Mountains, though they do hunt the Titan Wilderness commonly since it supplies large prey for them to gather. You would also probably assume these are the same birds that use the spikes or the jet black trees in the Field of the Fallen Gods that you were told about or that you remember.
These are the birds you do not fuck with.
You do not fuck with.
Okay, we don't fuck with the bird, so do we just, what, hide?
Yes.
Okay. Hide
Are
where?
are we considered prey?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm considered prey.
Hippos are considered prey for these things. Sometimes elephants.
What's a hippo?
Imagine a naked bear.
What?
It's unsettling, isn't it?
Imagine one of those things that you guys ran into that was that corpse. Yeah, just imagine one of those things getting picked up and thrown into spikes by one of those.
Okay, where do we hide? What do we hide with?
So then, at this point, as you're kind of looking around and figuring things out, as the wolf is waiting to send you on the path that is the closest at this point, you'll actually notice that it's sending you down the path as you guys have made it to right about here in this last week of travel.
Ah.
So pretty much what the wolf wants you to do is just move by the river and follow it, or you can move through the woods, which, you know, has the problem of running into animals and such. So at this point, you can continue traveling and make it on time, but take the risk of somebody getting snatched. Or add more time avoiding the rocks in the tree line.
Ah.
The river's heading that direction to the city, right?
It is. It is also pretty much winter at this point, as you guys are at near the highest point of the north, and it's pretty much near the end of the last month of fall. So that river is gonna be.
Does your tiny hut float?
No.
Damn.
That would be neat.
That'd be
You can flip
amazing.
it upside down.
No,
Tiny boat.
I can't turn it upside down.
Dang it.
If Vinny could turn into a water creature and I rode the water creature, anyone could be on the discs behind me, but that's about it.
I'm such
Like,
the wrong.
turn into something that you could ride. Let me check.
If Gur was here, he would have a solution.
A manatee.
Well, what have I seen, I guess, Baz, that I could do? 'Cause my
Not a whole
experience
lot of
limits
things.
my beast shaping abilities.
You've not really
lot.
seen too many like.
Unfortunately, I've not seen a
Other
crocodile so
animals.
far yet.
No, you're gonna have to go a lot more south for one of those things. But from where you're at, like the only type of fish you really run into are large, like water creatures for the most part, are just salmon and such. The largest fish you've probably seen is honestly a sturgeon.
Snakes is the most water-based kind of stuff that I do.
Yeah, I mean, well, so we have horses, so I'm assuming that if anyone gets taken, it might be the horse. So maybe just keep an eye up, and if we see anything, get off the horse and Bye.
Sacrifice the horses to the rocks.
There's more than one bird.
There's probably dozens.
He said rocks.
How do they sustain themselves?
We're in the Titan wilderness. Everything's big.
Actually, you know what, Reza, you would, and this is somewhat of a problem that comes up time to time. You would know rocks hunt in pairs.
No.
Only usually two of them. It's usually a mating pair.
We're baby food.
The situation just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
Well, we did kind of warn you that it wasn't going to be pretty. This is the Titan
This is the
wilderness.
perfect place to vacation.
God.
It is quite literally the Titan wilderness.
Everything's bigger.
Everything's bigger.
Let's follow the river so that in case I happen to come across a reef shark, that I could actually turn into one, and then we'll be good.
Freshwater shark.
Yeah. They make those, right?
Yeah, let's just stick to bull sharks. Let's just stick to the tree line and follow the river down, and hopefully we'll avoid the giant fuck off eagles in the sky.
Alright, well, just
Oh, sure. We'll be
stay semi-close together. I'll try to throw up a silent camouflage of snow when it comes and attacks, and hopefully can't see us that well.
Man, I'm
Reza,
pretty
you-
sure most eagles have great eyesight.
I know, but hopefully they're not that smart.
Rezo, you know, as long as you guys stay within the trees, you're fine.
Yeah.
They can't really snag anything. What they usually do is they wait for something to go either feed from the river or drink from it, and then they usually grab them there.
So tell you what, we'll compromise with the wolf. We'll run along the river in the tree line.
We can keep the river in sight. We'll just remain in the trees.
Isn't that what I just said?
I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention.
I
Okay,
agree
then.
with Indrid.
Yeah, just hope that
Okay,
the
then.
rocks aren't starving and desperate.
That's
I
a
need a new name because I keep thinking you're talking about like stones.
This is flying boulders. This place is
Like-
fucking crazy.
Look out above for rocks, and I'm like, a landslide, and it's a bird.
ROC.
Okay.
Okay then, so you all begin to pretty much travel across the tree line, which for the most part it stays safe. You do have a few small encounters with some wolves and such, but you're a large enough group and you have great range capabilities to pretty much scare them off or just annihilate them. But eventually you do begin making your way, and you think you're making a great time to the Mythclaw at this point. But
Oh.
Yeah, but oh.
make me a perception check.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'm great at those.
You've been rolling nat 20s on him.
Oh my god.
That's my third net 20 perception.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Impressive. You are in your home. Okay then, so as you're all walking through the woods at this point, Reza, you can feel it that you're getting close to the Mythclaw at this point. You're certain of it. Things are starting to look familiar. This seems to be looking like your hunting ground that you're used to. And then you notice something familiar. As you pretty much
More crows.
you notice this before anybody else does, but you can see what looks to be one of the hunters from your tribe in the trees as they're throwing what looks to be this large pot at the middle of your group. And I'll say, just because of that high perception check, you would know that's a blinding pot.
Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. I'm immediately gonna throw myself to the ground, yelling, "Shut your eyes!"
I will
I follow
instinctively
suit.
listen.
Yeah.
Everybody make a dex save with advantage at this point.
Shut your eye. Alright, well. Natural 20! Thank you for the advantage.
Oh, I will re-roll that natural 1.
So,
15.
Oh god, I'm gonna be the one blind.
No, 17.
I will say, because of your natural 20, you avoid getting blinded. Like, it's unfair. Like, if you call it out to everybody else, watch out! If they're gonna blind you and you get blinded.
As you watch you come in.
So, what did you get, Indrid?
well, you see, I got a 8.
What dex
With
is your-
advantage?
Ooh, I didn't get the lowest.
Wait, did you roll with advantage?
Yes, I rolled a natural 1 and a 2.
Oh my god.
And what did
Making
you
up
get
for
then?
all these net 20s we're
I
rolling.
got a 10.
Okay, so Vin and Indrid, at this point, as you're walking down, as Rezo and everybody else effectively leaps to the ground, avoiding this effective explosion, as pretty much this pot's thrown to the ground, as you see a spark happens, as pretty much it pops open. Luckily not doing any damage, but this black powder is just shot out all over you guys, as it's actually pretty much packed into your eyes, blinding you. And Vin, at this point, as it's almost like you've been inked in the face.
What the fuck was that?
What the hell's that?
I
Rizzo?
start indiscriminately blasting.
I'll give myself less restoration. And then use the mage.
I know it fixed condition effects, but it's
It
just
says blinded
literally-
specifically.
I know, it's just like it's one of those things. Like, it works technically, but it's like shits in your eyes. It's not really
not magical blindness.
Yeah, like that's the way I look at it, but I'll allow it.
I was gonna say,
But
I'll take it if that's. Yeah.
Yes, but as Indrid begins indiscriminately shooting at this point, Indrid, you'll actually get a dart to the chest.
I'm gonna start yelling out in Sylvan as all this is going on. Same side. I'm with the Mythclaw. They're with me. Come.
Indrid, make a Constitution saving throw with
I'm
disadvantage.
not, Spaz. I've just been doing con saves all fucking night.
At
You
least
know when I
it's not a
started
wisdom
blasting
save.
for the second time. This
How should I react? That is.
That's fair.
Listen,
No, I don't blame him for blasting.
that's how you react to a situation like that.
Oh,
I rolled another 2.
Okay, then. So as you start blasting, as you feel yourself get stabbed in the chest with a needle, as you just blast.
If I feel myself fading, I would like to cast Spook before I fade.
Of course you would.
Cast your fucking spook and then go unconscious.
I just you're not taking me out alone.
Never take me alive.
Distort reflection? What?
No, that doesn't not affect.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, then, as like you just slammed to the ground, not noticing anything. At this point, you are surrounded by a hunting party of Rougarous at this point.
Yelling, same team, same team.
As pretty much most of you are to the ground at this point. Rezo, pretty much you can hear an individual walking up in front of you at this point. As you look up, you see a familiar face. As you can see your father.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the other one.
I was gonna say I thought it was a bad face.
I thought it was going to be Bad Man.
And that's where we'll end the session.
Okay. A little less stress. I hope you're on good terms, right?
Yeah, we're on fairly decent terms.
Okay, good.
There was nothing bad. No bad blood.
You know, besides you being like the troublemaker of the tribe, pretty much.
Oh well, you know.
I know him, I think, right? Wait,
Yeah, you
pretty
met
well.
him.
My dad likes me, but he knows he knows that I'm not exactly the most, perfect son.
Now, I need to reread your backstory, but I don't remember you giving him like a description. You just gave me a personality type of him, correct?
I also gave you a name. Oh God, we're gonna get into the name.
Rezo.
Oh man,
Oh,
we're gonna have to get back into the names. Hold on, I gotta bring up the
Randall.
dialogue.
It was like Randall.
yeah, Rendall, and my mother Rendala Rendall.
Oh my gosh.
God, I
And translated, that means Wolfman. My name means Wolfman, and my mother's name means Wolfwoman, Wolfman.
Oh God, that's awesome.
Rendell, Rezo Rendall, and Rendella Rendall. The Rendall.
So, hey, Rezo,
Man,
your head
family
explodes.
reunions. must
Well,
be-
you know you can share so many items initialed with RR. It's just great, you know.
Hey, Rezo, you just explode.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
You can't have too many R's next to each other.
So many R's. Fuck.
That's what Spook did. He just explodes.
It just explodes.
Dad!
Oh man, I need to search up that file so I can fucking memorize that name.
Yeah.
I knew there was a name, and I knew it started with an R because I remember hearing it from the video. I just don't remember if there was a description.
Rendall.
Don't
Yeah, I
worry,
just don't remember
Spaz.
if there
We
was-
already know you're gonna call his dad Rave. It's gonna happen.
Just call Rave Daddy and call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, then. Well done. Thank you everybody for watching. This was Rise of Unity. I hope you enjoyed the session. I certainly did. And we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm waving at the camera. They can't see me.